and I like playing as Noob, and I like some of his character interactions, even if he is a massive throbbing but
my hate partner, look how huge it is. Sorry.
Yeah, come over here, younger bro. I'm gonna show you something.
Whoa!
There's something for a highlight reel.
Well, welcome to the intro. Three, 2, 1. Hey guys, it's SonicXD here, and welcome back to another Kombat Kings episode.
Sonic.
And today...
I regret to inform you that did not pick up on Discord, so we have no idea what
Damn
that
it!
was.
I was playing Rules of Nature. Okay, you know what? At least it's okay. It's okay. It'll be heard. I should have tested in Discord.
That's cute.
But anyways, it's okay. It's fine. Cut this out. Today, we gathered together because we have a very special guest, the angelic brother of the fourth snake, History Behind the Warrior! Woo! Welcome, History Behind the Warrior.
Thank you for having me on. Very, very kind words. Felt like a very backhanded compliment to Snake, but thanks for having me on. We're gonna lean into it. We're gonna do it.
There is a reason why I said that just then. Well, you see, I'm gonna do a callback because about like 3 years ago I did a podcast episode and I invited like you two and Rusk, and while I was introducing each of the people here, when I introduced the fourth snake, I called him the dark history behind the warrior.
Next up, we have, as people like to call him, the dark history behind the warrior, the fourth snake.
The what?
Oh, so this has been in like the works for 3 years. Is what you're telling me?
That's right,
Long-term
baby.
storytelling.
Been manifesting that shit.
I brought it back. Oh, that was the setup.
Well, thank you again for having me on. I hate that we've already sandbagged Snake in approximately 2 minutes, but yeah, this is starting off strong.
That's not even a PB.
We're not even in the PvP zone yet. How is he doing this?
We sort of all kind of like had like I was gonna say relations, but I guess that's not the wrong word. With I mean we've like met, we've chatted before. But would you like to give a bit of a brief like description of like who you are, what you do, and stuff?
Yeah, sure thing. No, thank you for opening up the floor and having me on. But yes, I am History Behind the Warrior. I do lore narrative deep dives on characters and fighting games. I've covered Street Fighter, Tekken, Mortal Kombat, and of course, in the past few years, I have dabbled in games beyond that, like God of War, and we'll probably have some other things in the pipeline coming out in the next year or so. But yeah, we talk a lot of fighting games here. We do a lot of deep analysis and kind of, expand and open up the lore to interesting discussions and topics. But I also talk about fighting games on the Pro League for Mortal Kombat 1, so, you might have seen me around every here and there.
Nice. Yeah, I've always like in the past I was like whenever I want to like look up fighting game character lore, I'll be like, oh, that History Behind the Warrior guy made a video about Scorpion. Oh, I can check it out and stuff. Nowadays, your videos are actually very, very useful for research, and when I want to look up things in like comparing like modern characters and older characters and stuff. I made a video about like Chapter 6 in Mortal Kombat 1, the Asha part, and I literally just verbatim told the story of Nitara's like 3D era part, and both of your Nitara videos were very useful for looking up information about that. So, like, yeah, like that's always been like one of the biggest reasons I've always appreciated your content.
No, thank you, man. Well, it's there to be used, and it's there to teach people new stuff and open up some newer fans. I like to think the video serve as a gateway for people to explore, never a full-on guide, but I'm glad that yourself and many others have been able to use it as a helpful way to get into.
Yeah,
it's true. I mean, I've used it for the same reason too. Like, I've gone to his videos and been like, wait a minute, did this character do this thing, or am I like Mandela-ing right now? Am I like manifesting a fake history? Let me watch History Behind the Warrior and make sure I'm not messing this up, this lore.
Ooh, we love that shameless plug. Let's go.
Which means if you wanted to, you could spread misinformation. Like, you have the power. You could just like drop subtle lies in your videos. Just like
Twitter mode, clicking in. Yo, I'm about to make some stands very happy on Twitter.
And then just imagine like one of the writers at NetherRealm watches your video for reference and is like, that happened? Oh shit. Then puts it in the game and now you've done it.
Funny thing though, that actually happened to me a very long time ago. Because again, I was looking up some of like History Behind the Warriors like videos, and I took one information from a bit old video, like I actually forgot how long ago it was, but basically, I was making an aftermath video about MK11, and I talked about, okay, so this is the old Sindel, and then like let's talk about how stupid this retcon is, and I brought up Quan Chi was the one who resurrected like Sindel in the old games or something like that, and then it turns out it's like I got a bunch of comments being like, oh no, it was actually Shang Tsung. Like, what are you talking about? Like that's not correct. And then it was like, but History Behind the Warriors said it was Quan Chi.
Damn, I feel like I gaslit you in like the past, and it's coming to bite me now in the present. This is a confrontation.
And the comments, I'm like, no, I looked it up. See, History Behind the Warriors said it was Quan Chi. And then I'm like, oh wait.
What would be really funny is if this entire story was actually made up and he's gaslighting you to thinking you said it wrong years ago. What are you going to do?
Oh,
Go
no!
back and check? I don't think so.
Delete.
Unlist
video.
Quick.
Yeah, unlist.
Private eye.
I'm going to skip ahead to the Ghostface topic first, cause I know you guys are here for that.
So, Ghostface finally got his trailer like revealed. Actually, yesterday by the time we were recording this.
Just in time for the announcement for Scary Movie 5. No, wait, 6. Yeah, they did do a 5 already, didn't they?
Yes.
Forgot about that.
Yes.
Oh, I forgot they did 5. Oh, no.
Oh, your bits are ruined. No, you're not a true Scream fan. You're not a true Scream fan. Oh,
I'm
no.
not Scary Movie, not Scream. Scream's whatever. Scary
He'll
Movie's
be in
the true
multiverses next.
Wait, is it even WB property?
Oh,
I don't think so.
Don't?
I actually think I could be horribly wrong, but I think he might actually be owned by like some subdivision of Disney.
Miramax.
Oh, maybe.
Well,
I think Disney.
Well, he's on
owns
HBO
Miramax.
Max. Who owns HBO Max?
It's not on Disney Plus. Yes, I checked. It's not on Disney Plus. So.
Whoever owns HBO Max probably owns him because that's what he's on. You can watch Scream on HBO Max.
Oh, by the way, so this is a teeny bit off topic, but in the last episode, Snake made a giant point of.
Oh no! I was looking into it. Miramax, who owns it, it's independent, and it's founded by the Weinsteins. No!
That's the real scary twist. Oh no!
Dun dun dun.
Pulls off the mask.
Okay,
and
no,
it's just
it was
him.
acquired by Disney at one point,
Harvey,
so it
no.
is Disney.
Okay.
Yes.
But basically, like, Snake really wanted the TV show gear to be one of his, like, gear parts, and he's disappointed that's not one of the choices. Someone made a very lengthy comment in our last episode talking about how, like, the licensings are very complicated with the Scream movies because the mask is owned by one company and the movie is different. And the TV show, like, could not get the rights to the Fun World, like, mask, like, the original mask, and that is why it is different. And then it says here that, like, even Dead by Daylight can't, like, reference any Scream movie since they didn't get the movie part of the license, but, like, the Fun World part of the license. It's like,
IPs are so confusing, man. Like, you can even, you can own, like, for video games, for example, you can own the IP for, not the character, but that character in a video game format of a certain genre. So, like, you can make a Punisher video game, but you can't make a Punisher action video game because we own the rights to that. Like, it gets that divided. It's so ridiculous. You can make a Batman game, but you can't make a Batman beat 'em up game because Rocksteady owns that or something stupid, you know.
So I suppose that's why the Dead by Daylight version isn't actually a version from the film; it's an original take on him. So that could be why in this he's recruiting Black Dragon members. He could be Jarek. He could be Jarek for all we know. Recruiting Kieran to pal around.
No, they've already okay, anyways, but we'll talk about that because that's actually one of the more interesting things about Ghostface, in my opinion. But let's just talk about the trailer. What did you guys think about the Ghostface trailer?
I like that he's clearly taking cues from John Rambo in MK11. His little MGS3 crawl when he's like stabbing people. It's like, okay, I can see that. That works.
It also works for him because he trips around, so he's still on the ground like, I'm gonna get you.
I really like the one intro animation where he's there about to get ready to fight, and the other Ghostface comes over and goes, "Nah, this one's mine," and he passes the knife. And it's like, oh, so now you have the intro against one Ghostface and you fight the other. I like that.
Yeah, the switching Ghostface mechanic is like very cool, I will say. And I love his other intro for finally someone actually gets beat up by that like intro. He's like, ow, oh jeez, like dude, like whatnot.
Falls on his ass and gets up like, oh, holding a rib, like shit, my spleen.
Yeah, like he actually takes the hit. Peacemaker kind of does that too because he's like, oh, what the like that.
Yeah,
but like he actually like takes the hit, has to get up. I think, like that.
I think Ghostface's knife slash actually works perfectly with him going, what the hell? Because I think a lot of them is just.
Oh, with Peacemaker,
I guess,
yeah.
I guess, yeah, it would hurt, but then it's like, no, he got slashed in the arm. She's like, yeah, come on, bitch. So it works perfectly.
That would make sense, yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm a big fan of the trailer. I'm a massive whore for Scream. I really love those movies. So to see him done the way he has was really cool. Also, can we have a shout out for Team Frying Pan and that fatal blow? Because I couldn't stop laughing when I saw it. I was like, so good. But yeah, no, I really enjoyed it. I know there's like a lot of reused assets. There's a bit of Terminator in there with the run. Of course, there's the Rambo crawl and the grab animation. But
his
I
sweep
like
is identical.
Mm-hmm.
His
I will
dropkick
say,
sweep is the exact same.
It does fit for Scream because at least most of the Ghostfaces at least are like film aficionados. So the idea of him just stealing moves from these other movies does make sense. Like I'm just going to steal this Rambo move because it's really cool.
Yeah, I think it's also really neat that there's always like it's brilliant. There is the horror like violin cue every time he's running or doing something. It's so good, and I'm like, I love this. This is really cool. And even like from a like commentator's eyes looking to talk about these characters in the future, like the switch mechanic looks like kind of a soft flash parry. So mechanically, he looks quite interesting to work and flow with. And then being able to switch in between the different modes and stuff opens up like different ways to approach combat. Cause then you got a command grab, you got zoning capabilities as well. He looks really well rounded, but like, he's one part of a jigsaw puzzle. It's made up of 3 pieces, and it looks like since you're able to change them pretty freely, honestly, it makes things really interesting.
Yep.
Yeah, I think like Stephanie Brownback put it really well. It's like the main one is the pizza, and the toppings are your like the 2 other like ghost faces and stuff. Little sprinkles.
Yeah. He's going to be really interesting. There's something I pointed out in the video that'll go live today at around noon, my time. And I hope it doesn't wind up being as broken as I think it is. Maybe they've already addressed this issue, but you can't combo his other forms. So if you hit him when he's like either the red knife or the purple knife, he just switches back to original Ghostface, like runs in from the other
you're
side,
safe.
right?
Yeah.
But like they show in the stream with Scorpion doing his spear, right? And like he's still stuck in the recovery animation. So this means if they hit your other form with the move that has long recovery, you get to combo them from behind for free, even though they hit you.
Get
so it's like
fucked, man.
Breakaway 2.0.
Yeah.
Unless they had auto block or some shit. Like that's going to be really annoying for players the first week Ghostface is out. They're going to be like, what? But I hit him. And it's like, yeah, you did hit me. Now you suffer the consequences. You should have known better than to hit the opponent, you scrub.
Sounds like
Take
something I
a turn in
experienced
a
in
fighting
Tekken.
game? Crazy.
Yeah. Or if they commit to a string, the same thing will happen because he comes in from behind. So if they dial in a full string to combo you, you run in behind and just get to hit them. Like for a full combo. That's nuts. That's going to be so ridiculous and stupid when it first happens.
To be fair, we've been dealing with Homelander since like February or March. I'm okay with having something more fucked up for a while.
Yeah. I was also wondering if like, because when the 12-second timer runs out, you also switch back. But
Yeah.
again, you come in from the other, like you exit screen left, enter stage right, you know? So if you do a string and the opponent blocks it and then goes to take their turn back and you switch right then, they'll just hit air and you'll hit them in the back again. And I'm like, oh no, this could be one of the most hilariously broken things ever. Like at high level, can you imagine they lose the tournament because of that? You know?
I mean,
like, I can just see it.
It is an extra health pack, basically. Yeah.
It's a really interesting mechanic. On paper, it sounds pretty busted, but of course, we need to see how these things kind of play out.
Yeah. I have heard some people say, like, Ghostface is either going to be extremely low tier or extremely annoying. It could be one or the other, basically.
I could see that. I can see that. He looks very fun and very irritating if you don't know what you're dealing with. And I think we're going to have a lot of that for the next month or so.
Yeah. I like how at least you can do full combos without having to switch variations and stuff.
A lot of these guest characters, while it's not like my ideal picks, I'm like I don't want. I love the boys. I love like all the DLCs that have like Peacemaker and Invincible. But I would not pick those three as like my choices for MK. But for the limited amount of things that they could take from the source material, I think it's actually pretty good. Like what they do in these guest fighters. Same goes for the Ghostface. I'm like, I mean, what can you do that's really interesting? And I'm pleasantly surprised, especially with these switch mechanics. I find this to be very cool. I think it's gonna be fun watching like Ghostface players and stuff. Like, again, I'm impressed.
Yeah, like, say what you will about guest characters in MK, but at least they've always kind of wanted to bring in things very just out of the blue, bring interesting mechanics to the game and stuff. I mean, even goes as far back of Kratos with him having like QTEs during one of his specials. Like, stuff like that's always nice and really cool to have. So it's good to see that there's a bit of personality that does get interjected through the guest characters that the team can take away for future characters. I like a lot of that stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've often joked with my friends that I want the whoever designs the gameplay elements of the characters, I want them to be the writer, because there's like so much passion there to make the characters so much fun to play. And imagine if they were just like the super nerd, like there was on the writing staff too. And it's like, well, I think this would be cool. I think the fans would really like this, because they're good at implementing that into the gameplay. So I'm sure they'd be great at adding story elements and stuff. But yeah, I think the gameplay for Ghostface looks really neat and fun. I think he's gonna be great. I'm gonna place my bets right now. I think he's gonna be a top tier character. But they always are. It's not like really a crazy bet. Most DLC characters come out of the gate being pretty broken.
True.
Yeah.
What do you want to say something, Snake?
Yeah, I was surprised how interesting they were able to actually make the moveset, because I looked at it, I was like, oh, it's just man with knife who fall down and trip over his own balls. But
yeah,
they've actually got some really cool ideas with it. And so, but just made me wonder, will Conan the Barbarian be anywhere near as interesting in terms of his mechanics? Because he doesn't have quite the same wealth of content to draw from as Ghostface. I'm like, I guess you go off non-Arnie stuff, but we're here for the Arnie version. So hopefully they'll have something way better than just man with sword. But I was honestly expecting everything after the story expansion just be really bland. But Ghostface gives me some hope that they could actually have some cool ideas lined up. I mean, T-1000 can get creative with him very easily.
Yeah.
Conan, I'm interested to see, can they keep up this momentum of really interesting stuff with the guests, or are they just going to just completely drop off after they got through the good stuff and now it's like, oh, it's just Arnie man with sword.
Exactly. It's like even before like any of the DLC characters came out, I'm like, I don't want T-1000, but now that we got him, holy crap, I bet he's going to be sick, like what they can do with him and whatnot. So like, I'm excited for T-1000 for that reasonings. Let's chat about one of the things that I feel like everyone's been talking about, the other two Ghost Faces. Is that how you say the plural, or Ghost Face? Should I add the S there?
It'd be Ghost Faces.
Okay. Yeah, I'm thinking of the brand, but anyways, yes, the other two like Ghost Faces. I watched your reaction, Callum, and like you were like, "Wait, what is Ghostface doing?" And then like when he turned into like the Kano ball, you're like, "Oh!"
Yeah, I wasn't expecting the Kano ball. I was like, holy shit, I might be right about something I called out a year ago.
That was insane. Yeah, you brought that up in the video. But I'll let you explain that part.
So I had a bit of a tinfoil hat theory when it came to like horror guest characters coming into MK, because you know NRS like to have their hands in like the cultural zeitgeist for what's quite relevant when it comes to guest characters, except you know the other two of the DLC, which are pretty old, all things considered. But one I did bring up was Ghostface, because I was like, if you're gonna go for horror guest characters, it's probably gonna wind up either being Michael or Ghostface. Doesn't really work with Jigsaw, and so Ghostface seemed like the strongest contender, and I was like, there's always a pair of killers. So, and I know we currently have a bit of a love boner for the 3D era characters, so the most likely contenders would actually work out to be Cobra and Kira. And like fucking Lightning the Ghostface audible name leaks from the Melina announcer pack. And I'm like, oh, okay, that's pretty dope. And then, of course, yesterday they showed off the moves for Cobra and Kira, and I was like, holy shit, I got this right. I got the Ghostface call out right and the people in the masks right. What the hell?
That is insane. Like, wow.
But it's crazy because it's weird because I've had a lot of interesting theories and stuff about Mortal Kombat 1 in general that I have gotten right, and I don't like it because it's kind of freaking me out. It's got to that point.
Welcome to my world.
Welcome to the Combat Kings.
He really is my light counterpart.
He's manifesting it. He's making it happen. I saw a great tweet on Twitter that got like 5,000 likes, and it's just some dude retweeting himself from like a year ago, and he's like, I've been manifesting this shit for a solid year, and it's like him wanting Kira and Cobra to be Ghostface like really hard.
I did see that. Yeah, someone else is like, just Cobra Kira as Ghostface. Like, such a like a random thing to like put out there. But if you got that right, like, congrats, man. That's insane.
it's very, very weird to see that happen. But I will say, since we're talking about tweets, my favorite one to have come out is that grab stab animation where was it Sindel gets stabbed on both sides, and the caption was "Going to London, be like," and I'm like,
I saw that.
real,
London,
real.
I just realized something. They didn't show us what happens when you fatal blow Ghostface or fatality Ghostface, so we still have no idea if they're going to show who's behind the mask or not. And if they do, and it's fucking Cobra or Kira, like it's a 50-50, that'd be pretty funny.
Because the mask is a customizable item that you can swap out, so that means that they would have to either design it in such a way where it can be broken or remove it. So if they remove it, will we just see Cobra and Kira's faces?
Yeah,
I don't
great.
think so, because clearly Cobra and Kira are the enforcer and assassin. So it's gonna be, if there's a face, spoilers for Scream 1, Billy. Like, I feel like.
I feel like if they were going to do that, they would have to get the actual actor's likeness, and then why would you not get him to do the voice work as well? I mean, they could. They've done it before with Arnie twice, potentially. But
I made a whole video about how this could be any number of things, but some people also thought it could be the guy doing the voice of Ghostface. It could be his likeness, and that would be interesting. But people are like, well, he's never been Ghostface before, and it's like, it doesn't really matter. It could still work. And of course, the other joke was it'll be Ed Boon or Tobias. That was another joke, that it's going to be one of them. But I don't see why they couldn't just put Kira or Cobra's face there, and like a random person won't get who that is, but we'll know.
Or they could
Will we
use
though?
they could
Modern
use
Mortal
Adam.
Kombat 1, like Kira Cobra, like they would change them a lot from the 3D era, you know?
They could use
Maybe
Adam
like
from the
a red
current game
bang
to
is
put
hanging
his face
down.
in.
We see like a little tiny bit of red hair,
Adam.
so we know it's her.
I think maybe even crazier. I think they could pull an MKX with like Jason or Texas Chainsaw Man, and you just never see their face. It's the mask is like with them at the fatalities and stuff.
See,
Yeah, they might
you
put
say
like a
what-
bone crack and a flash to basically the bone breaking and then like cut back out. So it might just be
But for
one
the
of those.
fatalities, I thought we still need a face, unless it just stays on the whole time. Because there's too many fatalities that involve like attacking the face specifically, or like the
Eyeballs
eyeball coming
and
out,
whatnot.
or the jaw getting pulled off. So we need to like have a face, I think. So imagine this: imagine when you beat Ghostface, because like Sonic said, it's the main Ghostface you're fighting, not the other forms, not the lackeys. But imagine
Black
when you
Dragons,
win.
yeah.
If instead of them like wobbling in place, like they do like stumble off screen and grab their partner and bring them in, and then sneak away. Like, kill this guy. And they're like, whoa. Be pretty great. Another funny
What's funny,
reference.
the first time I saw the trailer and when like Ghostface started doing like the Cobra and Kira moves, I was like, what the? Is this like a spoiler from the movies or something?
The Sigma? Like one of the movies that Ghostface had fire powers.
yeah, that's what I was thinking. Is this like a spoiler? Is like do they get powers later on or something?
A character runs from Ghostface up the stairs and he just Kano cannonballs his way up after them.
For a split second, I was wondering that too, because he was doing magic abilities and stuff, and I'm like, wait, is he just like stealing the cameo powers? Because I saw a Kano ball, and I saw like the little fire flip, and like, is he actually mimicking the cameo abilities? Now that wouldn't make sense, because Shang Tsung's new gimmick is that he can do that. Like, he steals your opponent's cameo abilities, and I'm like, oh fuck, it's just Cobra and Kira, because that's Kano's moves and Cobra's moves.
And then you had the
Because, like we joked
iconic
about,
like that move. And he's
Yeah,
like-
the little
Butterfly
slimy like
line.
3D
It's like, oh,
arrow
that's-
move with the big windmill bullshit.
Yeah.
Soul Calibur ass looking attack. Looks just like Cervantes. Yeah, like 100%. Yeah, love that shit.
I so want it to be Jarek though. I just want it to be Jarek, and he's just like, I'm going to be Ghostface. Why not? That'd be because Jarek's gimmick in Armageddon is that he just gains the ability to copy people's moves as a joke about how he's just Kano light.
A copy of Kano.
So now it's like, I'm going to just rip off movie characters. I'm going to steal moves from Scream. That's my gimmick. Hey, Kira Cobra, get in on this. They won't let us in the game otherwise.
I've had 3 different people get in like polite debates with me on Twitter, being like, "It's not Cobra and Kira, it's Kira and Jarek." And I'm like, okay, it's been a while since I played MK4, but I'm pretty sure Jarek never does fire manipulation. Maybe he does. I don't recall. I know he has the laser eyes, and he has two laser eyes to make him different from Kano. But I'm like, they're like, well, Cobra never uses the knife, and I'm like, literally anyone can pick up a knife and fight with it. You don't have to be like the greatest fighter ever. Plus, like someone else pointed out, despite him being a cute parody of Cobra Kai, Cobra is a murderous asshole who just wants an excuse to kill people, so he would be perfect as one of the Scream killers, like 100%. And he wouldn't mind using a knife.
I've also ran into some debates with some people too, but it's just like okay, yeah, we're not 100% certain if it's Cobra or Kira yet, like 100%, but like it's the chances of it are just like way too high due to the references, and also why would you not have, if you're gonna have like both, why would you not have both? Why would it be like because definitely people were like, I don't think we could dispute like Kira because it's too many references, but even if you go something crazy like a backflip, that could be a scorpion or something. It's like, okay, then why Scorpion Kira? Why like Jarek Kira? It's like Cobra Kira is the pairing, you know, like
they're the two
one.
Twix bars. They're the 2 Twix bars. You can't just separate one of the Twix bars and then give a Snickers. Like it just ruins the whole thing.
Both characters in every ending they have had, admittedly, there's only 2 each. It has the other one in it as a major player. They are joined at the hip. This is the only time we see Kira away from Cobra is when he's already been killed in a movie.
In Snowblind.
Yeah. But up to then, they're always together. But I think what we really need for the second fatality is, because we've not seen anything of that yet, have we?
No, we've seen both.
Have we?
So the first one is apparently it's the 6th movie reference, where like he closes up to the eyes and you can see like the reflection before he stabs like Sub-Zero. The second one is the one they showed in the trailer, the TV one.
The
first one is the one, the snake. The first one is the one with the sick, but the opposite side.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What I really wanted
Which they finally fixed.
was a fatality where they all unmask, and then you actually see Kira Cobra and whoever else that are under the masks, and then they all together just start stabbing, or stabbing each other, and the opponent gets caught up in it while they're killing each other.
And we've sadly already seen the victory animation too, and they don't take the masks off during that. It's when he slits the cameraman's throat and they fall down and he just stares at him. That's the victory animation, when you win as Ghostface.
Which is cool.
I love that abuse towards the
cameraman.
Like Sub-Zero.
Tara does it too.
Like Sub-Zero Injustice 2 when he just like
literally performs the fatality.
I don't think you guys realize how powerful Ghostface is in canon now because he got the cameraman. You've got to be pretty fucking fast to grab that guy.
He's breaking the 4th wall now. Well, he actually literally Let's talk about his fatality, because I know we have some differing opinions about this based off of what I've gathered here. But yeah, what did you guys think about the new Johnny Cage fatality? the one on Johnny Cage, not Johnny Cage.
One of the only fatalities. Go ahead.
Oh,
that's not him.
Oh no, I was gonna say I fucking love that. It just kind of leans into the whole Scream thing. I'm like, 4th wall meta break, 4th wall within a 4th wall of a fatality. That's pretty smart. That's pretty clever.
And it would have been cool to have like, maybe not every character, but it would have been cool to have like maybe 3 or 4 different possible characters that could be playing on the TV. But since we've seen Johnny Cage in 2 different trailers now, it's more than likely that it's just him that dies every time.
Yeah.
But there's still a silver lining, which is the one in the TV is still killing your canon opponent.
Your character.
And also this means that Ghostface is probably one of the only characters ever, or the only character who kills 2 people in his fatality every single time.
Technically, it's a mortality.
It's a mortality.
Technically speaking. I was thinking about that too. It's like, what other fatalities have other Mortal Kombat characters like show up in the fatality or like something along the lines of that. Because like the one I was thinking about is the Christmas fatality. Because like Christmas Shao literally comes down and whatnot.
MK11 Shang summoning Kintaro.
Ah, true. Yeah.
I feel like there's at least one other. It seems to be going on long enough. There's enough fatalities that it must have happened at least one other time.
Well, I'm just trying to think, like, is there a fatality where another character, like, always gets killed in that fatality? Where, like, you know, because now we have one where it's like, Johnny's going to get killed in this fatality every single time.
No. Never
if you want to be very technical, Cyrax, the cameo, and even in the original trilogy, destroys the world, so...
Yep. Badass. Omnicide. Literal omnicide. Let's go.
Never stop at one.
True.
But I do agree with like Callum here. Like I do really like this fatality too, because like even at the end when he like the blood splatters on the TV screen and he just looks at you like see you soon. It's like, oh, that's pretty great. I do wish the couch was different, but like, like oh well. Like of course, I've seen people on Twitter like being really mad and like talking about how it's like, you know, like they want more fun, so like each character has a line, but then there's also people being like, but like Johnny literally fits for this scenario. He's like an actor. He like seems to be the most naive. Like he'd be the kind of character who gets killed in a scary movie. So and like if Shao was sitting on a couch, it wouldn't make sense, and all that kind of debates and whatnot. But overall, I still think it's a great fatality. I think it's very fun.
It could have been fun if they had a few different characters just to fit different archetypes. I mean, Sindel's scream makes her a good fit for someone getting like stabbed to death, especially by the villain of the series known as Scream.
Well, they ran for that in the intro dialogue. I've heard you got a good scream.
Got a good scream.
I bet they're gonna like reveal like the killers based off of intro dialogues and most likely the arcade ending. We're just gonna get a clear look at Cobra and Kira. Like I feel like that's what we're gonna. That's why, because even like Stephanie was like, we know who the killer is, but you know, we're not gonna reveal it here. But which obviously means like we're gonna be able to find out.
Oh, speaking of the couch, has anyone done this yet? Has anyone seen on Twitter if someone's done the meme of like Johnny Cage on the couch and just 5 ghost faces behind him? Just
I'm sure that will happen once the
Someone's gotta do it.
at the very least it has to happen when all the gear pieces are here, because then you could have like 7 different ghost like faces, the different gear pieces looking at him, you know. And then you can do the funny thing where you Photoshop Ghostface on the couch and have 5 Johnny Cages behind him, like, oh, how the tables have turned.
See, they could easily do that for the arcade ending, because it could just be, he's after he's done killed some people, it's like, well, now he's building up a cult. Loads of people are joining him, so then you see them all behind one person ready to strike, and it's like, yeah, there's Kira Cobra, there's Jarek, that one's Cabal, that one's No Face, that's Tremor, and they're all representing different black dragons and stuff.
Oh yeah, black dragons.
None of the cool ones. We can't have Tremor there. We can't have like the cool ones. It's got to be like the ones from the comics and from mythologies, like the girl with the 2 katanas, and
Kia. Jataka.
Yeah, Kia, and then there's like some other character.
Jataka,
because of the firm black dragon connection, I think it would have been way cooler if instead of here's the Ghostface mask with Scorpion's mask over the top, if it was his Ghostface mask with Kano's eye.
Oh, that'd be cool.
So you can get this one.
True,
this is when it's Kano as Ghostface. This one, here's Cabal's mask over the top, or Cabal's mask melted into it. It didn't go well when Cabal was wearing the mask. Let me tell you.
Yeah, that's actually something that I find also pretty cool. Like, I don't think they've done like, okay, they've obviously done arcade endings connecting the guest characters with like the MK universe, but I don't think they've done like something as drastic as like turning like 2 of the Ghostface to like be Black Dragon and whatnot. Which, on one hand, I'm curious if like a diehard fan will be a little pissed. Like, I wanted the integrity, I wanted the original Ghostface.
I'm sure they will.
I actually think it's very cool that like this is like implementing MK lore into like a character, and also, you know, some love for Cobra and Kira is actually pretty nice too. Yeah,
it's a very unique opportunity, because every other guest character before now, other than Alien and Predator, have been firmly established characters. They have their own identities, whereas Ghostface is an icon, but he's different in every movie. It's not even just one different one every movie. Usually there's 2 or 3, and so you could either pick one of those, or you could do something really cool and interesting and say, well, this is either Ghostface of the MK universe, or this is him infesting the MK universe and bringing MK into Scream, as it were. And I think it's really cool that they chose the latter option.
Yeah.
It's a nice touch. I generally really like when they have that sort of personalization with the guest characters, because it makes the blend a lot like really good. Although we didn't really get much time with him, and he was very old school, I was a big fan that they introduced the Dream Realm with Freddy back all the way in MK9. That was a really nice little thing. And then obviously we had the Tarkart Splash hybrid with the Xenomorph, which was really fun. And I like that they're doing it again here. It's a good trend, and I think it makes them merge to this universe feel very in line with the canon. It feels seamless.
True. Yeah.
Yeah.
I had a thing I was going to say. Oh, yeah, I can't wait for people. Like, there's going to be so much salt on forums and, like, social media platforms the first week Ghostface is out. Because if they hate cameo characters, now you're going to fight, like, 3. Because it's going to be Ghostface and the clone Ghostface on screen. And then there's a summon cameo coming in from, like, above. And I can see all the casuals being like, it's not fair. He has 3 characters. I only have 2.
He has
Or
double
he has 4
Kano
characters.
ball.
I
How am I
only have
supposed
2.
to deal with
It's
this?
not fair. It's ridiculous. He kind of took Noob Saibot's spotlight in a way, because Noob's whole gimmick is having the clone. But now Ghostface seems to just have a way more versatile and unique clone.
I mean, Kenshi too, in a way.
You're right. Yeah, Kenshi was already doing it. Yep.
He did it before.
Just stole
it
his
was
whole
cool.
flow, bar for bar.
He did it before it was cool.
I think the only other thing I've got to say is that I'm looking forward to, the videos where people will take the cameos and put their models over the movesets of playable characters. Because obviously this one will be Kano. And you might think, well, that's weird, because then there's like 3 Kanos or something going around. And yes, it's a callback to MK11. Like, the way those 2 Kanos were, but now they're doing Scream shit. So you have, like, old Kano's got his knife, and young Kano goes, let me, mate. And he goes, very well, my friend Kano. And then he goes in.
And don't forget, it's already canon because we have their photo in MK1. It's on the wall.
Yeah, yes,
That's true.
The 2 Kanos did survive
in the
into this
tea-house.
timeline. Su Hao didn't.
Madam Bo
but the
loves
Kanos did.
Kano. Yeah. Oh yeah, Su Hao's like wanted poster is gone. Yeah, but Kano's picture is like they made it in.
It's like the most bro photo ever. They're just both together, like being so happy.
Yeah.
It's like, it's one of the best relationships for modern MKs, like those 2 Kanos, because like no one gets on quite as well as they do.
The ultimate bromance. Until it was taken from
Yes. When you talk about mods, one of the ones I was thinking was also like, because Ghostface crawls on the ground, I'm like, a Solid Snake mod could work there.
them. Yes.
I could say that.
Also, yes. Normally Sonic has a whole list of topics written down so we can, like, smoothly go into the next one, but he didn't give us the...
No, we're just chatting.
Oh, just chatting,
But-
dude. We're going to get so many live viewers. We are Twitch now. Where's the hot tub?
Thanks for the hot tub. Thank you for our
Gotta
donations.
go full meta.
Oh, I can't read that. That's a slur that you did not. That you spelled in a very interesting way.
A slur?
Like sometimes you'll be like, I don't know. Thanks for the donation. Forgot. Or, you know what I mean? Like they'll say like one of these things and whatnot.
My bad.
I'm like, oh
Thank
dang it!
you.
You got me to say the word.
Yeah, thank you for the dono, Michael Hunt.
Yep. Yes. Is that one word? Oh, no, he did it. He said the word. He said the forbidden gamer word that's not allowed on YouTube. No, when you said, like, slurs and then brought it over into Twitch realm, I thought you were referring to the very recent current event that is also in the fighting game sphere of that VTuber just saying the most racist, unhinged stuff and, like, getting banned within, like, 48
Tekken.
hours of saying it.
You stupid! Like she did not hold back. Yeah.
That is the Ghostface in VTuber form, just spreading, like, chaos and, and disorder and disarray.
It's even got the fucking fake identity too. I don't.
Oh yeah,
like,
definitely a voice changer.
this is
How much you
getting
want to
too
bet it's a
real.
guy with a lady voice changer? Like, it's gotta be. Like, I don't think. I don't
could be
know.
a couple.
I've never seen a gamer girl who's that unhinged outside of, like, anime.
I mean,
I'm now picturing Cassie as a VTuber, and I don't like it.
stop, Snake. This is the fourth time you brought influencer Cassie Cage up. Jeez, do not manifest this for
that
NRS.
is gonna be what they'll do.
Do not
mark my
manifest
words.
Lawbreaker. Do not manifest Lawbreaker for NRS, please.
Oh my god! See, That would only be funny if they lean into it like really hard, even during the gameplay, where you can do like there'll be a donation on screen
Lawless.
that it makes
Sorry,
you
I
do a
got her
certain
name wrong.
combo. Like you have to land this string on the opponent, and you'll get like $5, but the dollar is like her health bar. Oh, that'd be super interesting. Like, thanks for the dono, and she has to do that exact combo where she won't get the health boost.
Johnny does have an audience when he does hype combos and whatnot. So Cassie gets a
true.
Twitch live viewers.
Yep, that's true. My favorite line too from one of those side people is "Finish me, Johnny."
Oh yeah. Finish me, Johnny. But is there anything else you guys want to talk about with Ghostface, or shall we just look forward to his amazing gameplay next week?
Oh, I want to mention one thing I find funny because and Callum will appreciate this. He's also a big gamer boy. Like he likes to get a bit competitive with the characters. I think Ghostface is going to replace Reiko as the grappler. I think that like Ghostface Trimmer is going to go super hard because his command grabs are doing more damage and he has more of them. And I'm like, oh,
True. I think the flash parry
think about
armor
that.
alone is probably going to be like a really big prevalent factor. It's just who does he gel with? Because it is the thing, you still have the options of, oh god, even thinking about it's quite scary. Ghostface Darius. You could go into the crawl, into the Darius overhead as well.
Yep.
Or you get the mix up on it and you get the command grab instead, hold the Darius, middle of the command grab, overhead kick, get the launch. So there's a lot of really nasty stuff there.
You know what I was thinking?
Ghostface Cyrax.
Oh yeah, of course. Ghostface Cyrax. Yeah, that's gonna be the best always. Like a little
into
bomb
chopper.
setup and other things. Yeah, the chopper off the command grab would work super well. You know what I'm thinking? At first I was like, wait a minute, why is that little toe stab where he holds him in place? Why is that 2 bars? Like it just seems like a regular like combo extender. I'm like, I know why. They're held in place for so long that you can stab that foot, summon Janet, like in her run-in form, and then do the stupid loop combos where you juggle back and forth. The stupid Ermac combos you're seeing where it does like 50% for like the whole combo, or like 60%. I bet Ghostface can do that with Janet. Easiest summon ever. Like it's going to be so powerful. I think that's going to be the team, unfortunately, because everyone plays Janet. But I think the meta is going to be Ghostface Janet because you could do that. You could probably do her stupid triple punch thing off his command grab and get a follow-up too. Like it probably works. So that's going to be the team. But I think Trimmer is also good because the stupid ground smash that he does that guarantees combos off of command grabs and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be really nasty because, to be fair, I haven't seen a lot of people talking about it. That forward advancing knife stab he has, it's really good. It goes really far, and I'm like, that's going to catch a lot of people out for like the first few weeks with this character.
Oh yeah, and also don't forget we're getting cameo changes. Like we might not be getting any new cameos for Kombat Pack 2. Well, it's confirmed we're not getting cameos for Kombat Pack 2, but we are getting updates a lot of the time, like new moves or just changes. We saw Sub-Zero can be a summon now, which he's never had before. He can like come in and do that shoulder tackle as like a summon, which he's never had. So, or as an ambush.
Yeah.
Sorry, as an ambush.
Ambush. Yeah, summon is the one where you have to do a pose and not move.
Sorry.
A nasty one that came to my mind actually from seeing the teleport mechanic on Ghostface, and this one I saw this and I was like, this is gonna be gross. Is maybe if you have Kano, you do double Kano knives, but obviously if you spend the meter with Ghostface, you get the full screen command grab. So maybe you jail them into the command grab full screen, or you fake it out, teleport around, let the knives jail, and then you go into the command grab right afterwards. It's either strike throw mix.
Yeah.
I want to see Kano Ball and Blood Dragon Ball at the same time.
Yes. See, you're playing Mortal Kombat, but he's playing Sparking Zero.
Oh,
he's playing Dragon Ball Fighters.
Okay, I see.
Change. But yeah, I'm really excited for him mechanically. I wonder what he'll end up also having with like Movado, because I have bomb trap set up as well. That could lead to some interesting stuff. True, but he makes like some of the most vanilla ass characters kind of fun.
Yeah,
so
he does. Really good. I'm also thinking. Here's a funny thought I had too. I bet it's impossible for Ghostface to switch back when he's in the air. They'll probably at least give you the air string. Like he's not going to run away in the middle of that. So this could mean that. Where are they going with this? No, don't go away. Thought. I had a great inside thought.
Come back, cameo fighter.
Oh yeah, so
combos.
I was thinking like Kira. When you're in the Kira form, she has this cheesy little stupid thing she can do where she can pull the knife out to throw it, and you can just cancel it right away. I'm like, oh god, imagine throwing 1, 2, then just canceling it to bait their jump, and now they're in the air. You do the uppercut enhance that's unbreakable. You get the air string guaranteed, and they're like fatal blow. It's gonna be the most deliciously stupid shit, like just baiting them into jumping and then hitting them with like a 50% damage guaranteed combo because they try to jump over your knife toss. It's gonna be so good. Little stuff like that, and it's only possible because I bet you can't switch out when they're in the air for an air string. Because you've never been able to. Like, even all the way back with Bo Raicho and MKX's stupid vomit gimmick, you can't vomit if you're in the air. So if you're just jumping constantly, he won't puke.
Yeah.
Which is how it works in real life. If you ever drink too much, everybody, just start jumping a lot. It's impossible to puke if you're always airborne.
I was thinking of, like, since he's got, like, the teleports where he like runs back and stuff and enhance, how would cameos with like more teleports work with him, like Movado and like Kung Lao? Would that be overkill, or would that like really mess up your brains? Teleport into Movado.
Be pretty confusing.
Yeah, it'd be interesting because it's funny you say that because I've had a really nasty idea just going into like his forward advancing string or any string, cancel into the teleport, but as you do so you throw up Movado trap. So it jails them and holds them so they can't press. That's something we could do. But yeah, he's got some nasty stuff. We'll see how it works with the cameos. But a part of my brain, I don't know if it's just my caveman grappler brain speaking at me. It's like, do I pair him up with Jax to see what dumb bullshit I can find out? Probably.
Nice. Yeah. Once you said grappler, I'm like, oh yeah. He does have a lot of grabs. I didn't think about that, but that's true.
Yeah, because what was it? I can't remember the exact animation, but obviously when he stabs you in the leg off the crawl, when he punches you, does it knock you off the ground? Because I was going to say, if so, you could do like Jack's grab, launch you after it as well.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah, that'd be pretty sick. That'd be pretty
sick. You
sick.
do a lot of cool stuff there. You could even do like Scorpion's Hellfire there. It would work too, where you shoot straight up, because that hits anyone who's like airborne, and they're counted as airborne as they're falling down. Yeah. Could totally work.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
It's gonna be fun. He's gonna be a very stupid character with like a lot of depth, and if they don't, they're probably gonna have to nerf him a month or two into the game. But I'm wondering like how they're gonna do it when he's got so much sauce. Like, we're just joking around and brainstorming, but we're finding all this ridiculously stupid sauce he can do. Now I'm wondering what he could do with Motaro. Like, he could do like his partner BS and then like summon Movado. Like, how's that gonna work?
Ooh. Yeah, what you could do is go for
Motaro, sorry.
Yeah, you do Motaro triple shot, go right into the command grab, obviously breaks the grab, and then you get the free shots so you can combo them off it. And once Scalar's hard as well.
Full screen. Yep.
And you got the teleport too, so you got that mix up of it as well. That's so gross.
Teleport.
Imagine doing his dumb run and then Motaro's teleport to like just cancel out.
Screw with your opponent.
Well, it sends you back full screen. You just run all the way and you just do it like as many times as you possibly can.
Just keep doing it. Keeps the scary music going. Be pretty good. Yeah. There's a lot of nonsense. Like, there's so many possibilities what you can do with them. I think he's going to be good. The only way he wouldn't be good is if they nerfed his damage, and they could, because we don't always get an accurate depiction of the damage from the combat cast. Sometimes it's higher, sometimes it's lower. Sub-Zero got buffed. That's a thing.
That was another thing, that happened in the combat cast that we can talk about, because after Ghostface, there is a patch. Like, there is going to be gameplay changes for the next upcoming meta. I'll let you guys take the reign for that. It's kind of funny. Usually True Underdog is the one who talks about like all the gameplay details and stuff, and we're just here like, But now he's got someone else to chat with here.
Yeah, it's me. I'm a fucking nerd.
There you go. Yeah. So on that note, I wanted to talk real quick about the clones, because me and Sonic were talking about that for a brief moment when like the combat cast was happening yesterday. And I thought it was funny how they said they buffed Sub-Zero's EX clone. And I'm like, oh, good. Is it finally going to like beat armor moves? Because that's like the main issue, is that you can do it and the opponent can see you do it on reaction and just armor through it and still kick your ass every single time, because they go underneath the other clones. And I'm like, did they buff that? And it's like, no. They just made it to where you can now combo into all three of the ice clones. And I'm like, that's fun to look at, but the issue is every time you freeze the opponent, the combo scaling goes up. So that means what's this combo going to do, like 15% damage? Like this long 30 hit combo that does like 10% damage.
they both
Yeah.
Sub-Zero. And Dog was like, actually.
I was like, that's not the buff
Oh,
anyone
no,
wanted.
but-
Like,
well, actually.
people have made entire videos about why the EX Ice Clone is not functional and how to fix it. And another of them just said, combos? Do you want more combos? Is that what you want? And it's like, no, Sub-Zero's always had combos. The issue was that either the scaling is too high, or in this instance, like it's just there's going to be a lot of combo scaling because of all the ice clones. But we wanted the ice clone to actually bait the opponent into attacking and beat their armor. Because, I mean, for any of you guys watching Sonic and Snake 2, the issue is that if I do like a string into Ice Clone, you can react to it and just do an armor move and beat me every time. Because I'll still be doing the backflip and get caught.
The Ice Clones
even
will
if you try to
stop
mix
the
it up,
armor.
like as long as
Yeah,
you're just
the
kind of
wake up.
waiting for it, you can punish it every single time with an armor attack. Even if the EX clone is done, you go really far back, but the armor move will still get you if it's a far-reaching armor move. So it's like Sub-Zero's Ice Clone as a retreat or as like a lockdown in the corner doesn't really work without a cameo to like hold you there while he does it. So that's what players wanted, and I don't think we got that still.
To be fair, there is a very simple solution to this whole Sub-Zero issue. Pick another character. Stop trying to make this character work.
There you go. It's not his timeline.
I've been seeing this on Twitter for like the last year and a half. I'm like, guys, hear me out. Maybe the dream's dead.
Maybe it's time to
Bihan,
pick a top
technically
tier.
speaking, turned from Sub-Zero into Noob Saibot. So I'm not even joking. I think a lot of Sub-Zeros did go to play Noob
Yeah, I
Saibot.
mean, look, they even
whatever.
got it in the name, Noob. It's right there. Go, guys. It's right there. That's going to
Go
be
get
some
him.
angry
That's your boy.
tweets.
I did see someone in the comment section actually be genuinely tilted about that. They're like, why is his name Noob? He's such a cool character and I want to play him, but I don't want to be Noob.
How dare they give him this
Like, it
name
really
all the way
bothers
back
them on
in
like a
what?
deep level. It's like, bro, calm down. It's fine.
I
Was it
think
MK3 or what? What was Noob
Two.
Saibot like debut actually?
MK2 in 1993,
Yeah.
which is
Oh,
long
yeah, so-
before the term noob existed as an internet thing.
Yeah.
I hate how the internet has ruined so many terms in that
Oh, yeah.
regard.
Oh yeah.
Remember when Goon used to mean villain? Something you didn't like? That was a good blissful
Goon
time.
Squad.
That means something else now.
You know, I'm just
something
playing Overwatch,
so much worse.
and then Ash comes in, voiced by Jennifer Hale, great performance, and she goes, "Get those goons off the payload," and it's like, oh no, Chronica Y.
It doesn't help when sometimes the games themselves make a big mistake like that, such as Tekken 8 with the heat system. Oh, the character went into heat.
The
the character's in heat right now.
Any game with like an experience system where it's called like character points, aka CP.
No.
I don't want to collect CP, please no.
Pokemon Go, guys, collect the CP. Yeah.
There goes monetization. Let's go, boys.
Yeah.
Zoom into like Raiden from Metal Gear Revengeance. The memes.
The memes in the DNA.
But for real,
That one I would say age well, actually. People go back
it
and
was
like, oh,
before
wow.
its time. I do hope Sub does get some love though in a real talk, but yeah, man. At this point, I feel like Sub players are just they're juggling chainsaws, and I feel like they won't have a good time.
The truth is, Sub-Zero is fun at every level of play except tournament. Like, I think he's still fun, even in ranked. Like, even the people who complain about Sub-Zero and want him buffed are still reaching Elder God, like, all the time in the combat leagues. Like, they're getting the top rank. Like, he can do it. He's just not super viable at tournament level. But, you know.
This is reminding me of Natara. Like, oh, Natara finally got a buff, and it's like, oh, it's so insignificant. And then afterwards, it's like, oh shit, like she's now like what, top 10 or something. Just
what
you
needs
wait,
to happen then
guys.
is for the next story expansion in Mortal Kombat 1, we have to have Sub-Zero as the real boss this time. Like, it's Titan Sub-Zero from a different timeline. And because he's the boss
to give him a
now,
buff?
just like Havoc, he's going to get a bunch of new moves and stuff. And that's why he's been
Yay.
bad this whole time, because they had to make sure he wasn't too powerful for when he got the new moves. They're going to bring back
were
the Ice
saving it
Puddle
up.
guys. They're going to give him the unblockable Ice Puddle. And there's going to be like setups to do it with the cameo. There's going to be guaranteed resets. Ooh. Oh, man. They're going to give him the Tombstone teleport where he ends up behind you. Remember that from the 3D era? I do.
I remember
That's
that from
cool. It's like
MK2
does this and
Kitana.
just falls down and
Yes.
comes up behind you. Oh, they're going to
That's
give
so
him this
fun.
move where he shoots the beam upward and it falls down on you. Ooh, they're going to give him that
Yeah.
one. Sorry. I got a little excited there. I ran away with these ideas. It'd be so great to have in the game, honestly.
I do want to see Sub-Zero take his ice spear from those animations and do like proper like Sumo Kong shit with it, like flipping all over the place and like using it like a pole vault. Just the dumbest shit like that. But Bihan would never do. You look at it and go, this is not within his characters to do this, but it's funny.
Imagine
they're saving that
Bihan
for
does straight up
Jade
the
or Rico.
Naginata stance from MKX with Tanya, where he just stands on top of it. In a little pose. Deke does the one top. No, I was even thinking, like, you know how people have been mad for a while now that Reiko in his Titan form, or even in like his boss form in Invasions, brings out his spear and does a little spinny move with it where he walks forward and it looks cool, and he spins it and strikes the ground. And they're like, oh, maybe Reiko will finally get those moves. No, give it to Sub-Zero. Just have his ice spear doing all that stuff. Fuck Reiko. Fuck him.
Yeah, Reiko has a cool spear and a knife in his intro and only uses it in the fatal blow. Yeah, don't need to update that.
They're actually saving these staff moves for Jade when she gets added in Kombat Pack 2, Copium. Jade's definitely coming, guys.
No, I'm not even thinking that's Copium. I think she's genuinely coming at this point.
I mean, considering they just put the MK2 costume into the game, she'll be getting that. It's a way of monetizing the game further by adding one character. I think it's a safe bet Jade is going to make it because the Jade stands are currently in an arms race against the Hanzo stands to fill the power vacuum created when the Melina stands left because they got what they wanted. Yeah. So it's an arms race of who can be the most obnoxious fans in the fandom.
A turf war.
A turf war between both fans. Oh,
not
man,
that kind of turf.
wild.
It's a different kind of thing.
No, I wasn't thinking of that, Snake.
He's not talking about J.K. Rowling.
No,
that's the wrong word.
Anyways,
I'm using the original term. Like we talked about earlier,
notes,
the internet ruins things. I mean, an actual turf war. They're fighting over the turf.
What's
that word get us demonetized? When we're just saying like the actual meaning of the word.
I usually cut things out. I make the podcast, not demonetized.
Well, I mean, the only real reason that Jade should be added, like, there's been like debunks and rebunks. Like, one reason that she might not make it in after all is because a lot of her intro dialogues were actually Cyrax, it turned out. And people were like, oh, we thought that was Jade's lines for sure. Oh, damn. So maybe she's been deconfirmed. But the reason I want her in is because people keep bragging like, oh, it's the game that finally has all the ninjas in it. And then Jade's just like, watching from the window. Like, what the fuck? What about me?
I mean, even if Jade makes it, it's not going to have all the ninjas because Scarlet's not going to come back when they have Nitara doing the same shit she did.
Scarlet don't count. She's new. I love Scarlet, but she don't get to count because she's not in the old games. They mean like the original like trilogy, Oh,
wow.
Yeah, the old ones. Yeah, we're definitely getting male chameleon back. Yeah, definitely. Absolutely.
Yeah, let's go.
Oh, was he in the old ones too? Damn,
yeah,
another girl
trilogy.
was.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
both chameleons debuted at the same time, dog. Learn the law. Watch history's videos and learn the law.
The game came out when I was born. I'm sorry.
You're making the lore master. You're very disappointed, dog.
That young.
Ooh, the youth.
Oh, I don't like that. I don't like that one bit.
Yeah. Guess what? Snake. The 2000s are retro now. How's that feel? Yeah, the 2000s are. Yeah, we all felt that one. The 2000s are retro. You can buy board games that say retro quiz, and the 2000s are included.
It really doesn't help that I've started buying Warhammer. That's how you know I'm old.
Yeah.
You're going through that phase.
Oh, no, I'm not going through a phase. I have 3 armies and don't know how to play the game. It's very problematic.
Nice. I want to play that game. I want to play the new Warhammer game that came out of here. It's very fun. It feels like an Xbox
my friend
360
says it's like game of the
as far as
year
how fun it is on the PS4 5. Sorry.
He keeps trying to get me to play it. It does seem very fun though.
It's a good time.
There's so many games I haven't played. I haven't played Wukong, which is the one I really need to play. I hear that Black Myth Wukong is very fun.
I'm loving that game. I've gone through 4 chapters of that.
I played a little bit of Stellar Blade, but I was getting bored because it just doesn't feel like it's got that much meat to it. So I was like, Stellar Blade's
the irony.
You want meat?
Be sad here.
Wait until 2B's big meaty ass joins the game.
I did see that, and I laughed because I wanted to post on Twitter like "Hot Women" the video game, because that's all they're doing. Like the only reason they're putting 2B in that game is because they're both the ass mascots. Like they're both famous for having their ass.
Literally,
in the camera
director
all the
likes
time.
Stellar Blade too. It's like
it's like let's combine forces, ass lovers. It's like shake hands. Like I just picture like Predator.
Let's
You
go.
son of a
We
bitch.
must act now. We must stop this deadly alliance. Cease, Yoko Taro, before you doom us all.
Have you finished Sonic X Shadow Generations? Snake?
Yes, I did get it about a week after it fucking came out.
Hell
Nice.
yeah.
Nice.
We're just talking about games that we play. I just want to bring that one up.
Oh, I got you.
Very fun.
I want someone real quick before I forget. Make fan art of like Armika Super from Street Fighter V, but it's just 2B and I forget the main character's name in Stellar Blade, but they're ass
Stellar
blasting like the person.
Eve? Is that what she's called?
I think so.
I've never played that game.
No,
I think
no.
she's called Eve.
No, let's keep it on
Eve,
topic.
yeah, it is Eve.
Do
Yeah.
do an image of that, but it's Kira and Cobra as Ghostface.
That's so random. On
On
who?
Sandwich. I guess
What, do you
Johnny
want to
Cage,
put
'cause
like
he's always the
Movado in the
victim.
middle as a red
Oh,
dragon?
Johnny Cage. Yes, he gets fatality. That's true.
Movado would work too because he's the
The
red dragon.
fatality,
That'd be pretty
the
funny.
fatality they didn't want you to see the original version before they had to censor it. Before the wokies got involved and they had to censor it.
Censoring the.
The alpha cheek pilled.
DEI informed them that was not cash money. They had to change it.
Excuse me, while I pull up my 90s phone here. Alex, work on it now. Okay.
So is the name of that character from Mythologies actually Kia? Is that the name of the purple
Yes.
Kia
samurai?
Jataka. Yes.
It is Kia? Could you imagine
And
if
Cage
instead
Match.
of Kira, if instead of Cobra and Kira, it was like Kia and Kira,
Kia
and then we could have had
Jataka.
the harem, but for Ghostface, he has like the black dragon harem. He's just sitting in his throne like he's got Ghostface in his bitches.
If you want to
He's a badass.
find another female like Black Dragon, there's Tasia from like the comics, or the first Special Forces, right?
Yeah. Tasia,
cease
no
Goon
face.
Cybot before you doom us all.
You put the image of Ed Goon in my head, and I will never forgive you for this.
Oh no!
Yes, whenever Ed Boon does anything based, we have to call him Ed Goon. Which he has
I don't think
before.
that's a compliment,
I forgot what he
dog.
retweeted that one time months ago, but he retweeted some really saucy fan art or something. I forget what it
Or
was.
cosplay was it? I'm not sure.
I don't think it was cosplay, only because he said something really like. He said something saucy in the tweet too about it, which was super funny. So that was Goon. That was Ed Goon.
Deception Molina added to the game. Ed Goon.
Ed Goon.
Ed Goon's at it again.
Ed Goon's at
Yo,
it
Ed
again.
Goon, you're at it again. You're like maybe for one of Jade's like taunts, she sticks the pole down and does a little dance like she did in MK9, and it's like Ed
MK9.
Goon, Ed Goon at it again.
Let's all give him a hand, folks.
Give him a
It
hand.
reminds me of like how the cameraman in MK11 Aftermath was like suspiciously horny the whole time. He kept giving us butt shots and like low angle shots of the women. I'm like, who
I'm
is
very
this
impressed
goon?
with that
Who's
cameraman
this
being able to
goon
do all that with
cameraman?
one hand.
It was good to see the cameraman from Final Fantasy X getting more work.
Yeah,
'Cause that game
The
shot in a
camera
very
goon.
similar way.
the goon
Speaking
man.
of gooning, so what do you guys think about the new skins that they're gonna add in the next like batch? You know,
Yo,
like,
I'm so excited to buy MK2 Kitana for the 4th time. Okay, technically you didn't.
I
pick it
will
the first
say
2
I
times,
am
but you get
angry
the
about
idea.
that. I am angry. I'm with Snake on this one, man. Me and Snake
oh,
shaking
you're with
hands
Snake
just
on the war.
hating the same MK Katana skin over and over again. Every freaking game, dude.
Although I don't know. I think Dog, you're different. Your hate is a little bit different than like Snake. Snake is like we've had this fort. For context, basically Snake on Twitter has posted like saying, you know, can we not have the same classic female ninja skin like 4 times in a row? And then it sparked some debates. Some people being like, you're just a hater. You're just a hater, bro. Like stop hating on good things. But there's another debate being like, well, why do the males like? Why aren't you complaining about the males? Snake, are you misogynist? Huh?
Oh,
I know what it actually is. Snake's mad the feet aren't showing. It's not an
Not
open
true.
toed
Shut the fuck
foot
up.
katana skin, which I understand. Snake. I
It all makes
understand.
sense now. It all makes sense now.
But yeah, it is annoying. It could have been like any other katana skin. It could have been like her Deadly Alliance skin, like her alt, which everyone apparently likes. I think it's very mid, but everyone likes like her alternate purple outfit.
I'm sure she will get it. I'm sure she'll get probably the default because it's like UMK3 adjacent. Well, then it'd be redundant to do UMK3 as well. But
You think that's happening too?
well, one of the-
UMK3?
Probably because it's the same reason we keep getting the MK2 one. It's because they can sell it multiple times. We make one model and just sell it multiple times for multiple characters. So that's the reason they keep doing it. But people make the argument of, well, why don't you complain about UMK3 male ninjas? What, the ones we've had twice in 4 games? The ones we were promised last time we didn't get? It's like, really? This is the same thing, is it?
Stop, Snake. You're speaking facts. You upset Twitter.
Damn it, Snake, you're making me angry because you're reminding me, not you, you're making me sad, sorry, because you're reminding me of all the fun theories we had back in the day when the first Kombat pack got announced. And we're like, imagine the cool costume packs that are going to come with each of these characters. And we were getting all creative with it. Like, when Omni-Man gets here, are we going to get the MK versus DC costumes because he's a superhero? So we'll get like MK DC costumes for Kitana or Scorpion. And it didn't happen. And it's not going to happen because we don't get to have nice things in Mortal Kombat 1. We get random-ass Bruce Lee skins, which it does look cool. It does look cool, but damn it, that's the most random thing I've ever seen in my life.
It's not in the game yet, too, funny enough. Or has it not been sold yet?
Not yet.
No, not yet.
I don't know I don't know why I was putting the files alongside Smoke and Melina. They do that for some reason. Like, we're just going to put the stuff in the files. Even, like, how long have the Shaolin monks costumes been in?
Shaolin, you mean like Kung Lao? Oh, no. Shaolin monks.
Yeah, the Shaolin monk costumes for the 4 characters. They've been in the files as costumes with all the palettes for months now. Yeah, and it's like, here's one palette you get for doing this mode.
I hate that. I hate the story mode. Like the Shaolin monks costumes are like exclusive rewards, and it's like you used to be able to get the story mode costumes in the shrine. Like what's going on here?
I guarantee someone involved at the studio was like, wouldn't it be really cool if the training outfits are acquired by showing that you've trained very hard and that you're very good with your training, it's paying off and you're getting the training costumes. And someone's like, yes, that's very good, let's do that. Not considering the fact that nobody wants this, just let us have the costumes.
Yeah. Speaking of costumes, too, in the recent Kombat cast, it was stated, and I'm not sure what they mean by this, because it could mean a cool thing or a really dumb thing. They said a fan-requested or long-requested Natara costume is going to be coming soon.
In the invasions mode?
And I don't know if they mean like one that's already been available, but it's going to be another way to get it, or if they mean she's getting a new costume.
That's a weird one.
It'll be the Kalima from the story.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh my gosh, you guys are geniuses.
That's a good example.
That's
of, like,
why you're the
really
lore
long
master, the
two
two of you. That's that makes so much sense. Yeah.
I don't like the Kalima skin that much.
They did confirm there will be...
Shut the fuck up! Shut up!
They confirmed there's new palettes as well coming, based on the existing... Because they're going back to Scorpion season. So they confirmed there's new palettes coming based on that as well. So it just remains a question of, does that mean... Well, we're going to add new palettes based on the Order of Darkness costumes that didn't get those palettes last time, or new costumes. Maybe even like Deadly Lights Quan Chi might get one. Who knows? They should do cameo ones, honestly, but they won't.
That's what I was hoping for too, yeah.
But it either means that, or it just means we're just going to do more of the same color palette for the same costumes that already got them. Because
I hope not.
Because that's basically what they've done with the Legacy Towers. Yeah. Legacy Tower should just be, here's the palettes you didn't get. Here's a chance to get them.
So, also, just so you know, Callum, like, we love going really in-depth about invasion mode. And, like, we play it for hours, and then after we're done playing it, we shit talk it on the podcast.
I've tried to stop them. I've tried to stop them so many times from talking about invasions.
Dog, you have your place, you have your gameplay little corner. I used to have the Onslaught corner. I don't have that anymore. You let me have this.
Okay. As long as you have fun.
he defends invasion, just so you know, by the way.
I mean, it's not the worst thing in the world to do. It's like, it's the saying? It's a weird hill to die on, but at least you're dead. Well, more specifically, Onslaught. But, sorry. Oh. But, yeah, honestly, it is kind of a shame in that regard, because I do like more of the expanded stuff. I don't think Invasions is dog awful, because I like that the Towers of Time at least make it, another way of me enjoying it, but yeah, Invasions was just kind of a no bueno for like a few seasons for me, because I'm just like, it's just long, and it's one of those things. I think it's like it was a Halo game design where they always put you in this the game loop stays the same, but they put you in different scenarios to enjoy the gameplay loop. The different
roguelike,
gameplay
yeah,
loops
okay.
they're throwing at me make me want to claw out my eyes with razors.
Yeah.
Like, by the
so
third
weird.
Mesa, I've checked out.
I wish I'd kept
Yeah.
track of like the different seasons of which one had what, because like the first season was like, oh, you know, yeah, the survive. You had to do everything. You couldn't skip ahead. So like that was the season 1 hallmark, is that you had to actually do all the nodes, right? If that survive mode is really hard, you better just have a character with a bunch of health and a bunch of defense that just tanks it and can survive that.
You sit Geras on the bench and say, you eat those health up herbs. You
eat those health
bitch.
herbs. You be ready
are my,
there, Garrus.
you're my health stat slave, like in Pokemon.
But I will say, at least the final boss in season 1 was actually doable. He wasn't even that bad. I think I beat him on my first try. And then for one of the seasons, I think it was like season 3 or through 5, one of those, when the bosses were ungodly difficult. Like you wanted to put holes in your wall. Every boss, you're like, oh my god, they're so difficult. And I saw guides
Sub-Zero
on
season.
YouTube where, unironically, one of the ways to beat the boss was to just time them out. Because when the timer runs out, you win. And it's better to wait for those 5 minutes to run out. It's a lot of time in the boss fights. It's better to let that run out than actually try to beat them, because they're so absurdly cheap in later phases. So just stay in that first phase for as long as you can and just run the clock out and then win. I'm like, wow, that's when you've messed up. And then you had another season where it's too easy. It's like, oh, well, now they're all just way too easy. And then this most recent one, not the newest one currently, which is just Scorpion again, but before that, the final
Liu
one.
Kang.
They were pretty doable, but then you had the Liu Kang boss, which like pretty much demands a certain talisman or like relic to beat, because that stupid blue dragon's all coming on screen is like ridiculous and impossible to avoid.
Oh, you can't dodge those. You can't. You
Can
can't,
you? At
like,
what point they come from all sides? Can you dodge that?
You can jump in the middle, you know. Because
just jump
we've had
straight up.
similar. To be fair, like it is bullshit, but since they've thrown bullshit at us for 8 seasons, I'm kind of gotten used to like, okay, we fought through the Havoc like boss fight, you know.
Yeah.
I feel like that one was.
The Havoc one, I had to cheat. Like I had to just teabag over and over again the whole time. But that was a very creative boss, though. Like it was very interesting. But I can't imagine having to do it fairly. Like
I
there's
do
no
like
way.
the animations of the arms and the head floating and whatnot.
Yeah, the head
but,
that eats you and shit was super funny. I
Yeah.
legit just teabag the whole time, because if you like have that one relic where when you teabag you get health. Well, it's for taunting. You taunt by teabagging. So if you just mash down rapidly in the final section, you keep getting healed, and Havoc can't kill you fast enough. And for some reason, the way you beat him in that final phase is to just let him keep attacking you until he runs out of limbs and he dies.
yeah,
it's like, oh.
each limb you dodge, you cut his health. Yeah.
Oh, you just let me dodge. Okay.
I'm very curious, like how into like invasions were you, like, Caleb?
I was someone who would just kind of chug through to get the skins, honestly. I never looked into like building the talismans and stuff. Like I didn't have any real difficulty when it came to bosses. Like sure there was the projectiles and stuff, but I was just kind of like, I just go Omni-Man Viltrumite stance and just fucking Neo this shit and get out of it.
Nice. That's
So I
very
was-
smart.
It was just a way of getting around it, because what was it? I'd like maximize his health as well, so I'm just like kind of get through all of that after I finish all of the mesas. That was generally how I got through that, but for the most part, I think for the first 7 seasons at the very least, I did Shao Sub-Zero, so I had like projectile immunity, and Shao hits like a fucking truck, so I was like, yeah, this is just how I'm gonna live through all of this for a bit.
Yeah.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
I
But,
do think it's not saying much, but like they do improve as the seasons go on. Like they
Yeah.
do little adjustments. It's like, okay, I like this more by 5%, more by 10%. By the end now, it's like it's funny. I think from season 5 to 6, like there was a giant transition where it's like, okay, you like collecting pellets? Well, how about we cut it by like 75% of like what you used to be able to get now? And by then I'm like, oh, I don't like this. Like I don't like how they're doing it like this. But it's, and by now I think it's like stupidly easy right now to do invasions.
It was also very funny for you because it happens to be done on the reptile season.
On the reptile fucking season, the one that I'm looking forward to. Unbelievable. It's like, I'm gonna collect every single green palette for all these characters. How about just one for each character? You could have done that on the Chainstone season. Why did you have to break the reptile one?
An 8 for reptile through Combat League.
Oh yeah,
Get
I did.
grinding, bitch. And you did. And you did.
Yeah, he did.
I did. I
did.
just
He
just
rose
wanted
to
to
the
get that
challenge.
palette. And also now you can get the Combat League pellets in Invasion season now. Woo!
Oh,
So any exclusive Scorpion pellets, you can get them now. You think you're cool with that? Nuh-uh. You can get an invasions.
Not slapping them with the nuh-uh.
I'm really excited to
fair,
see
I've
if they
always
have
found
changed
that,
what
like-
the fights are. Because
Yeah.
back in the first version of it, it was just this Mesa.
Terrible.
You're just going to fight Kitana, Kung Lao, Raiden, and Geras every time.
Geras.
Oh yeah.
So are they going to change that? Are they going to go, well, now this fight's going to be Ermac. This one's going to be Scorpion. This one's going to be this guy. Will they put in
My
some new
guess-
mechanics? Will they say, well, this one was just a Kitana fight, axe that, now you're going to fight, like, Frostbite?
My
Yep.
guess is it's going to be like, it's going to be like, they're going to use the updated stuff into that, but the map is probably going to be the same. That's my guess.
Mm-hmm.
But like the Mesa and like whatnot is going to be this, like, yeah.
I will say, remember back in the first seasons when we could like grind the same node over and over again, if you wanted to.
Uh-huh.
Like if you wanted to be that guy who leveled up all the characters to get those free dragon crystals, if you leveled everyone up to 30, you could do it. Just had to play the same node over and over again for hours
Get
a day.
3 perfects. Get
I
3
was able
perfects
to
on
do
the,
that. I was able to do that in the last season because there was a Shao boss node that kept resetting every time I did it, and I kept getting experience every time.
I think you said you leveled up all your characters because of that.
I got Tanya to max, which was funny because it was like right before she got a new skin with the expansion. So I've not had much chance to use it outside of when the game's like, Towers of Time, do 10 Tanya fatalities. I'm like, well, I guess I'm not getting any character experience for the next 10 matches. Oh.
Oh, okay. Here's a question. It probably won't happen, but I mean it could. So now that they're bringing back the MK2 like classic female ninja skins, we're gonna get one for Kitana. We most definitely 99%, no 100% Melina. But do you think we're gonna get it for
No.
Tanya?
No, I don't.
Oh, you should. We got it for Smoke. You
But
remember?
money.
I mean,
Oh, money!
so
That's the
easy.
thing I like.
What, honestly, I have this weird thing in my head where I feel like it's more likely to go to Natara than Tanya, just so we can have Scarlet.
Why?
Scarlet.
That would be so funny though.
That would also piss off the 5 Scarlet fans off pretty bad, to be fair.
5 Scarlet fans.
God, I'm upsetting so many
Scarlet fandom
fandoms
is
today.
scary.
They would love to have their character in the game. The issue would be, but why is her voice acting so bad?
I don't know.
Like Scarlet walks into the scene. Don't I scare you in the least? And Coulter's like, no.
Yo,
Perfection.
why?
Literal perfection.
I just realized.
Cinema.
What if they have like a premium skin in the game and it's like Scarlet Natara and her wings are like blood wings or something like that, and then
Yeah,
she looks like
ooh.
Scarlet. But then she gets the MK11 voice actress back as like a premium skin. That'd be kind of cool.
I feel like if you did that, then no one would ever use any other Natara costume ever again. They'll just be like, it's better voice actor, better design. Like, you have everything you need.
You pull a
dare
reverse
you.
Dimitri
Us
Vegas.
Natara fans. Us Natara fans are so
No,
mad
it's
now.
it's
All
like when,
5 of us are really mad you just said that.
It's when Sonya
All
from
5
MK95
mega
came
Saiyans.
out and people were like, you know what? Yeah, Sonya from MK95, I'll take that over Ronda Rousey's
Ronda
terrible
Rousey.
performance. It's not a huge step up, but it is
Hey,
better.
at least it's like a reference, you know. Hey, it's the 95 Sonya. Hell yeah.
I did like how the one good thing to come out of Megan Fox's terrible voice acting was those mods where they change her voice. And they've been working hard at that. They keep like doing updates and there's like
Really?
patches
Oh,
for
wow.
the Megan Fox for the Megan Fox voice mod.
Patches.
The Megan
They used an
Fox
AI.
patch.
And hilariously enough, the AI is better than her. It emotes better.
Like
Wait,
her
wait,
acting
wait.
then.
Yeah. Exactly.
So is the patches like the AI, or is it like a voice actress like actually like doing it? Are
You know,
talking
I
about
wanted
the
to
mod?
say that it was
'Cause I think
a
I've seen
mod,
both.
but it could be an actual voice actress. I know
Yeah,
they
'cause
added
I've seen, like,
effects and
YouTube-
stuff to her voice also. So like doing her vampire moments, there's a cool effect that goes makes her sound different, which is really cool. It's pretty well done, honestly. Like kudos to them. It's pretty good.
Yeah, I think I've seen videos like 20-minute videos of like me voice acting every single Natara line and like YouTube channels like that and stuff like that. You know, the community is coming together to make a better change.
I know it's not. I know that's not what you meant when you said it, Sonic. But when you said me, I was thinking Sonic Harks D as Natara. Yes, please.
What? I
man.
can never.
Might be too much for me.
Remember me of that meme, what is it? Like, Reptile isn't my friend anymore. I have Nitara now.
I don't want to play with you anymore. Drop the, wait, I have the figure right here. I don't want to play with you anymore.
Friendship ended with Reptile. Now Nitara, as voiced by Sonic RXD, is my best friend.
Yep, I love that meme.
Yeah, I guess we will look forward to next week's super update. And hopefully things won't go like the Quan Chi update where we just go into the game and get everything for free.
That seems like
that was amazing when that happened. I love that moment. I would love that 1-2 hours where you can unlock everything.
Oh yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, like you open Invasions one and be like, what's going on? And and then like ding 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 ding. Every pallet's given to you. And you're like, what?
Imagine that you open Invasions and you just get like, here's the Combat League skins. And Kalimar got her right away, yes. Except the wings. The wings were a separate thing elsewhere. Then it gives a different Mesa, Sag.
No, guys,
Yeah,
they're
they
going to
always
bring
do
back
that.
the meteors from MK11 where like every 2 hours a meteor falls down, do the little dumb input, and you can get like any of the pallets or...
Well, that's one of the weird
They
things.
kinda do that
Sometimes
in Towers of Time,
towers
right?
in the background just pop up and then go down before you can do anything.
I've heard that apparently that's just a glitch. There's nothing cool or interesting about that. It's
I
just a bug.
100% believe that.
Yeah.
I can believe
I
that
see.
100% because it's a NetherRealm game.
People were very excited. That was like the mythical, prophesized Pink Floyd fight. But
Yes,
so far, no.
That's how you're gonna fight Floyd.
Oh, you're
The
on that
secret
you're on
thing
that
that
you're on that
Ed
Floyd train for the longest time. Like, Floyd is coming to Mortal Kombat. Here's what his moves are going to be. This is going to be great, guys. The next day, Floyd's still coming. Like the strongest copium I've ever seen.
Hey, you're gonna look really stupid when he does or does not end up in the game.
Go on.
I'm not gonna lie, this was like the South Park episode of George R. R. Martin's like, the dragons are coming, I promise.
They will be here. There's gonna be dragons, and they're gonna be awesome. Or I don't know if I've been
Eventually
watching
dogs are gonna
Arcane
pace-
season 2, but that's also a thing. I'm not gonna spoil it, but at the end of each episode, they keep teasing that one fucking character, and it's like, don't worry,
Yes!
don't worry, he's coming.
It's-
Just not yet.
It is coming. It is coming in the next batch. I know it for sure. But yeah, they do that. Yeah.
I'm looking forward to Dog just paying someone to just make a Floyd mod, and Dog does the voice.
Dude,
just
can
replace,
you imagine?
replace I don't know, Scorpion or someone with a pink UMK3 ninja, and all of his lines are now Dog, like Dog saying, "You betray what it means to be Lin Kuei." Ah!
I love how that's your impression of Dog, Snake. That's how you imagine him. You betray. Ah! Like, that's how Dog talks, apparently.
Sound like Randy Marsh from South Park, but I dig it. It's fine. I do think if we do finally get Pink Floyd, it's going to be one of those like generic, like he just does someone else's moves, but he's pink the whole time.
They're just going to take a bunch of moves from Poison Ivy from Injustice 2.
That'd be way more interesting.
Sure.
And they won't even change the animation, so it'll just be there in like an MK stance. Then one frame later,
He's just Dr. Fate, just shooting projectiles the whole time. It's like, dear God, just let me in. Just let me in. But yeah, it's going to happen, Snake. You're going to look really silly, okay? And if I'm wrong, I don't want to live in a world where I can't put a pink ninja in my thumbnail like once a week, okay? So.
her name's
It is
Melina.
probably once a week.
You can put
No.
female Melina MK2 in a thumbnail and say MK2 Melina is coming to M1K, and get 1 million views from the Melina stands. They're going, "Yas, Queen!"
I wish.
a very
They
strong
stay on
yes.
Twitter. They don't come to the YouTube videos because Melina never gets views. I've tried. You put Melina on the thumbnail, it's like a recipe for low view count. It's a shame, but it's true.
You gotta put it on
Unless
Twitter.
you put
You gotta
just
promote
her
it on Twitter.
rack, but YouTube won't let me do that anymore.
Nipples are the devil.
Yeah.
I do want to.
So the devil.
I do want to see. It'll never happen. But I want to see one of Dog's thumbnails where it's like a woman's chest and the nipples are the glowing eyes.
And YouTube like won't know. The problem is we gotta tell Callum about this now. He's gotta be updated on the lore. So Callum,
Oh gosh.
one time I got demonetized on a video and age restricted, and it got confirmed by manual review, right? All in like the span of 1 hour. So I was like, there's no way a human's doing this. this is ridiculous. And I thought it was for Mortal Kombat stuff because they don't tell you why for some reason. If your audio gets claimed, like it's copyrighted music, they're there right away with the receipts. They tell you exactly like which song and who made it. But for some reason, if it's anything visual, they just don't tell you. They keep you in the dark, and you have to guess about like what got you in trouble visually. Well, it turns out what got that video age restricted was a Gamer Subs ad that I put in there. Right? I have a little Gamer Subs sponsorship. And Sonic, do you have the exact image?
Screenshot, dog, by the way?
Was it Sweet Six Pack?
Do you have it?
No, I gotta look it up.
Not the.
I can look it up.
It was the 6-pack one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe Callum
Sweet
knows the
six-pack.
lore on this.
Okay, then he knows. He knows.
But the best part was though, Callum, it wasn't just like that image. It was the one where it's like the border is all the different flavors. Like the whole frame of the picture is the different flavors, right? And in the bottom right corner, really small, was that image. And they said that's the one that got me demonetized when I finally asked like an agent at YouTube. And their exact quote from the person above them was, "Shows more than half of the breast." And I'm like, so that's the
I love
rule,
how that's
apparently.
what broke it and not the riveting abs from the trio of women on the tub itself. It's just like, nah, booba.
Abs should be
Abs
allowed.
are safe. Abs are fine.
Should be safe.
Abs are sacred. You do not mess with the abs.
Yeah.
Even YouTube
They are
has
sacred.
their limits. Like they know they know their rights. We would not touch
Snake
the abs.
especially, they're sacred. He's a big abs enthusiast. But I'll try to find you the image that got me in trouble.
Enthusiast.
Here it is. Found it.
I've actually got one of my videos copyright claimed the other day. It was the one where I called Battle of the Realms an unmitigated disaster.
Yeah.
And it got copyright claimed by Warner Bros. And then I said, well, this is clearly fair use. It's a review, very short clips, and it's like, no. So now YouTube's like, well, you can put like you can still challenge it, and it's like, oh, who's gonna look at it when I challenge it? Oh, Warner Bros. Again, the people who already said no. What is this system?
Yeah, I got my not Scorpion's Revenge video, but the my trailer to the Scorpion's Revenge video got like copyright claimed, and I'm like, that video is like an out of context. Like every 3-4 seconds, I change a different clip of Scorpion's Revenge. How the fuck did you copyright claim that? Which makes me worry about my other bigger video, but whatever.
Also, I don't want to live in a world where a trailer can be copyrighted. It's a trailer, for God's sake. It's not the product. It's how you get people to view the product. How can you copyright that?
If you think that's bad, it's a good thing you never had to cover Dragon Ball Fighters, because you legit could not cover any of their trailers. They were all going to get you copyrighted immediately.
Yep.
It was insanity. And what makes it even
Back in the
funnier
dark
is their
days.
trailers were hilariously short.
Yeah.
Like 1 minute. And you still could not use their trailers. Oh. Namco Bandai? Ah! The Bandai cops, even back then, were my enemy.
Before we continue to the next topic, I need a pee break.
Okay. I'll get more
That's what I was
coffee
trying
then.
to get to.
Ooh, I will take this opportunity to go as
That's
well.
my excuse for more coffee.
We're gonna get into our very epic topic.
For once, I don't need to go, so I'm just going to sit here and show off some cool shit. I got socks. I have Sub-Zero socks. They're very nice. It was actually a gift from someone at my day job. Because I occasionally mention the stuff I do, and I'm like, oh, I'm working on another Mortal Kombat video. So she got me these nice MK socks of Sub-Zero, and she also got me, I guess he fell down at some point, Deadly Alliance Scorpion enamel pin. I think it's enamel. I'm not actually familiar with what enamel actually is, but it's a nice little pin. It's based on a very specific render from Deadly Alliance. You can see the blood on the spear and everything. It's like all the details there. Lovely little thing. I'm like, yo, that's immense. I'm very happy with those. I also have, because they recently released, I already have MK1, Liu Kang, and Sub-Zero, and Scorpion Funkos. However, I have MK1. Yeah, I have Scorpion Sub-Zero from MK1, and now from MK1. There's also a Melina one you can get. She's not shown on the back, but there is a Melina one that I think is a special edition, like MKX. The MKX one was like a Comic-Con exclusive, and I think that is the case for the M1K Melina as well. So I've not been able to acquire her yet. But I have my little Funko collection down there. There's MKX Melina, very nice. But you may notice, wow, that's a lot of Raidens, and and Scorpions and Sub-Zeros, yeah. So, all told, there's like MKX, Scorpion, Sub-Zero, plus variants occasionally, Melina, Liu Kang, Raiden, Kitana, Goro. Then there's MK1, Scorpion, Sub-Zero, Raiden, Liu Kang. And then there's Movie, Cole, Sonya, Scorpion, Sub-Zero, M1K, Scorpion, Sub-Zero, Liu Kang, Melina. And you go through all that, it's like 19 to 20 of them, or even more if you count like Frozen, Scorpion, and Burning Sub-Zero, and Deadly Alliance Scorpion, yeah, there's that one too. And you look at it and you're like, there's like 20 odd of these. How many unique characters are there? 10. Scorpion, the 2 Sub-Zeros, Liu Kang, Raiden, Sonya, Cole, Goro, Melina, and there was another one, but yeah, there's like 10 unique ones. It's crazy.
Hello.
Hello. I was just telling the audience about my wonderful M1K Funkos.
Oh, those actually look really cool. I haven't seen them in person.
Hell yeah. There's also a Melina
dude.
one that is not shown on the back of the box. It must be like an exclusive one, like the MKX Melina was.
Do you think it might also be region exclusive, knowing our luck?
Probably, yeah. But I did have this funny realization that, look, all 3 of them have hair buns, and I wonder, did the Lin Kuei have hair buns as a nod to Liu Kang? Was that his idea? Did they honour him? And then Smoke's just like, I'm not doing that. That's lame. That's silly. I'm
gonna dye my hair. I'm gonna be different. I'm not like my other brothers.
It's really convenient that the guy who's if he was born that way, it's really convenient that the guy with smoke powers has hair the colour of smoke.
Hello.
It's very convenient that my powers are grey, my hair is grey, and I'm gonna get a grey variant of the uniform. And it turns out
really funny.
And then Bihan's like, I only let you have a grey uniform because if you take out the R, it becomes what I think of you. And it's like, Bihan, why you take the R out of grey?
Think about it.
He's gay or something?
Yes, because Bihan is an edgelord, and he's like, "You're gay, Tomas. Daddy didn't love you." Brother, stop! You can't talk to Tomas like that. Fuck you, Kuai Liang. Father didn't love you either.
That's an adorable Funko Pops, I believe.
Yep.
Yeah, those are Funko Pops. Are those new actually?
Yeah.
They added M1K, Scorpion, and Sub-Zero. Oh, okay. That's cute.
They do look pretty good. How much were they each, actually? Is 20?
Yeah.
I wouldn't have the space. I spent all my money on Warhammer.
I swear they used to
Actually,
like a tenner each, but now these ones are 20 now.
Actually, Callum, I can show you my MK Mortal Kombat Funko Pop. Give me a second here.
Ooh.
It's just sad because, like I was saying to
I'm
the
very
audience,
proud of this.
I was saying to the audience that there's only like 10 characters total across like 20 plus overall figures, and it's like
I think 3 of them are like Scorpion or something.
Yeah, well, Scorpion's got Deadly Alliance Alternate, MKX, 2 variants for the movie. One where he's standing, well, no, 3 variants. One where he's standing, unmasked, one where he's crouching. There's MK1, and there's also one where he's frozen by Sub-Zero for MKX.
Oh,
so
okay.
So, Callum, which Funko Pop did you think I got out of the limited amount of MK characters? Oh, Goro, that's really cute.
That's pretty cool. Oh, I wouldn't know. I do not fall down the Funko Pop line because I know once I do not come back.
You'll become me.
Yes, Snake made like a video talking about all the existing figures, and that's kind of how I knew like which ones existed. And of course, I gotta get my favorite boy.
There's an.
Yeah,
that. Oh no! There's 2 of them.
Yes. Snake is also collecting them too.
They're breeding. We need to burn them.
I got this for a bit, but because the Mortal Kombat 2 trailer isn't out yet, the movie, so I'm still waiting for that. Basically, I'm gonna be like, I'm the #1 Koyoung, like Louis Tan stan. Like, see, I have all his collections and whatnot.
A Louis Stan, you might say.
Straight
up, if you put his name as one name, as all as one word, it has Stan in it. Louis Stan.
True.
That
My
works.
king.
That works.
I love seeing him in Deadpool. Hey, welcome back.
Frozen Scorpion.
Oh, that's actually quite cool.
Yeah, it's kind of cute.
burning Sub-Zero. They predicted Kuai Liang Sub-Zero, Kuai Liang Scorpion. It's the Kuai Liang with fire.
It was either that or Kuai Liang Super Saiyan. So
Yeah.
Infernal Scorpion. That's what he's called when he's like burnt up in Shaolin Monks.
Those are pretty cool though.
Look, it's
Okay.
MKX retro costume Scorpion. Not MKX, sorry, M1K retro costume Scorpion.
Are those actually like new? Like they just came out?
No, these ones are these from when they did MKX. I don't know why they did.
Okay.
I don't know why they
I thought you said
exclusively
MK.
they did one 3D era one ever, and that was this one. I don't know why they did that one.
Huh.
Maybe it didn't
That's
sell well,
funny.
considering Warner's track record with what they want to put out there.
If I was in charge, so much money, I'd bring back all the fan favorite costumes, and I wouldn't change them. It would just be money, money, money. You know what? On a random topic, it's not really fitting for the podcast, so I'll just say it. I was flabbergasted to discover from someone else's video. I think a Sajam video was recommended to me. Fantastic channel. But a Sajam video got recommended, and that's how I learned that Dizzy is in Guilty Gear. When did that happen? When did they drop Dizzy
Really?
into Guilty Gear Strive? Yeah, just 2
So I
weeks
bet
ago.
you didn't know that back. Wait, you didn't even. Did you not even? Do you not even know the new 4 DLC characters are joining Guilty Gear Strive?
I know Lucy. That's all I knew was like Lucy, and now I've seen like the.
Oh, so you don't even know
rest.
the other two?
I don't think so. I think all I knew was Lucy and that one new weird like OC they put in with like the jacket. And
A new character, yes, original new
who
character.
looks like very what's that term? Not
Developer
gender
OC
neutral, but they
or
look
something?
very androgynous. Like I can't tell if it's a guy or a girl. But then they have Dizzy, and like I had to show Melissa. I was like, you got to see the design she had before when she was just showing tons of skin, and now she's like a cute little like nun. Like she's like 100% covered. Which I actually like that design more. I just don't like the wings. The wings look too boring now. It's hard to tell that one's like a demon and one's an angel now. They look like little drapes with like silhouettes.
Yeah, I think it looks really cool. I was like, oh,
I want
shit,
to play
this
her because
looks,
I never,
like,
I wasn't
badass.
good enough to play Xrd. I was ass. I tried to learn Xrd. I was ass. But Strive is easier. So now I can finally learn Dizzy, but in Strive.
So I bet you didn't even know that they added Venom then.
Oh no, Venom. Yeah.
That,
No, I saw
that's the
Venom.
second one.
I thought you were
Okay,
being
yeah,
dumb
yeah.
and doing like Venom from Marvel again, like that
Not
joke we
that
had earlier,
Venom.
like in Penguin.
My brain went
Like,
there for a second. I was like,
I can't believe they
Look,
treated
not-
us to 18 inches of Venom.
I love that joke. I love the 19 inches of Venom. Such a funny meme. And then
It's so
apparently, like,
random. Are you
apparently
ready
another
for
gaming
18
company
inches
leaned
of
into that
Venom?
and said you can now have 6 inches of blank and it's another action figure. And I'm like,
Yeah.
so good. It'll never be as funny as 19 inches of Venom though, just because
See,
you
that's
could
another
picture him doing
example
that.
of the internet ruining things, because the internet's created an
Yeah.
environment where the only thing measured in inches is male genitalia, nothing else.
I like that one. I don't like the other one, but every time I see it, I always want to cringe. I want to punch my monitor. Every time I bring up the word, like 6 months, bam, it's over.
Yeah.
It's over.
I don't even know. I don't even know what that is a reference to.
Don't, Snake.
it-
Save
it-
save yourself a lot of
It
trouble.
looks like a film theory thumbnail or something. I don't know what's going on.
That's basically where it originated from. Yes.
Oh no. I didn't get what this was from. It took me a second. I want you guys to look at this now because it'll scar you too if you know what this is like referencing.
Oh.
It's referencing something very terrible.
Wait, is that what I think it is? Is that like Tom Holland?
no?
It's the canon event. It's the canon event.
Is that when Tom Holland did backshots to get back on Zendaya when she had like a threesome?
Yep, it's when Tom Holland got the back shots. Yep.
Someone's homecoming.
No, they're
This
coming
is the
at
Venom
home. It's
3
just
we
slightly
wanted.
different.
We speak for yourself.
I'm talking about the fans, okay, not me.
I'm not gonna lie.
We?
I hate.
You mean
I
like
know that
Nintendo
acting
Wii?
is just acting and it's
Us?
not
You mean like
real.
the
But
movie?
like when I saw that, I was like, he no longer gets to be Spider-Man. Nope, he has to be replaced because now I can't
Wow.
take any of his films seriously. I'm gonna think every
Wow.
time he takes the mask off, I'm just gonna think of that scene. And he
The
he
80s
can't be
dad
Spider-Man
Schroeder
anymore.
dog, like jeans, like pop out, like right there. He can never be.
I will now rewind time to where I cut off. Sorry for the messy timeline. You can blame True Underdog later on in the video.
So the funny thing is, if some of the fans in the Combat Kings community have noticed, like we have teased having History Behind the Warrior on our channel a couple episodes back, but it kept getting delayed. So because of that, I think we most early on we were planning on having you like chat with us about like Chaos Reigns like story mode, and then like the Tekken 8 DLC story mode and stuff like that. But I am just kind of curious, like, do you have any like general thoughts about Chaos Reigns? Because I'm personally wanted to know some of your like general thoughts.
So I have very mixed feelings on it, because I don't dislike it as much as many people do, mostly because I'm quite biased. Then again, I've been waiting for Havoc to be a main big bad since the 3D era, so I'm like, there are some shining aspects in that regard. It's just, it's built upon the foundation of the multiverse, and I fucking hate the multiverse so much. And I don't know if it's because I'm a jaded comic book reader, maybe I'm old, maybe Terminator Dark Fate shot me in the heart at the start of that movie when it came to timelines. But at that point, I was just kind of like, I hate this concept. This is so overdone to me. So it was built inherently on flawed foundation. But I like certain aspects. I think Chapter 1 was way too overly, like, heavily marketed because that chapter went so quick. Chapter 2, in my opinion, is probably the best of it, because at least, like, Sector, she can kind of hold something to her name, and you can enjoy that for what it is. Chapter 3 is kind of cool. I just love how the one time we make Rain relevant and kind of cool, he gets jam sandwiched between two doors effectively.
Oh, I forgot that's Chapter 3, yeah, because Sector also goes from the castle to the multiverse, and that's still Chapter 2. I did forget about that.
It's a really long chapter, to be fair, but that's why I like it, because it feels like a chapter from the base game. Everything else doesn't feel like a chapter from the base game because it's so short and tight. Tanya's chapter was kind of whatever to me. I love my favorite part where everyone's in the revolving corridor, and for whatever reasons, as True's pointed out, Sector's like, I got a float. Why not use it? But no, we're just gonna keep rolling. And then we get to new... Oh no. But we get to the final chapter, and I'm very torn, because I'm like, this should be really cool. And I like playing as Noob. And I like some of his character interactions, even if he is a massive throbbing bitch. But
my hate boner, look how huge it is. Sorry.
Come over here, younger bro. I'm gonna show you something.
Whoa!
There's something for a highlight reel. But
welcome to the intro.
But there's that whole situation, and then you get the fight against Titan Havoc, which, if you think about it, is basically a glorified, corrupted Shinnok fight from MKX.
Oh yeah.
And then you kind of get this ending, and there's no credit stinger, and I'm like, I enjoyed moments of the journey to get here, but it's so short, like so much so that I filmed an entire Let's Play of it, realized that my camera wasn't rolling correctly. Awesome. And then, to show you how short the DLC and campaign was, because I needed to re-record the cutscenes, I finished the story again, all in one sitting, because it was that short.
Oh my gosh.
And I was like, I waited a year for this DLC, and it did not meet my expectations. But I will say, on the bright side, at least they buffed Havoc up from being fucking Dairu in the base game. So, you know, that makes me a lot less sad on a celestial level. But yeah, I've mixed feelings on Chaos Reigns. There's certain aspects I like. I think they did a terrible job of handling the whole... Honestly, I don't like how they handled Kuai Liang during that entire expansion. I feel like...
Hell yeah, brother.
I feel like base game Kuai Liang's cool until he throws Hanzo into the cuck chair at the end of like his arcade ladder ending. And then it gets like proficiently worse with how much of a dick he is to Cyrax. And then I also found out, because I didn't really look into the character dialogue like till a few weeks ago, that they also paired him up with Cyrax at some point.
In an intro dialogue, yes.
Yeah, and I was like, that doesn't really make sense for me, but okay. I don't know. I'm not crazy on MK ships, to be fair. I mean,
this DLC had a bunch, actually. Just even in the multiverse parts, just so many. Like, whoa. What did you think about? What did you think about? How do I say this? Sehan or Beater. I'm not sure how to pronounce that ship name. Bihan Sector.
Noob Tour.
Stop it.
Tour.
That can be a lot of things. That
You can't use Tor in a ship name for Sector because it sounds like you're talking about Farah's companion. You have to put Sec in it.
You know what? I prefer. No, I'm not gonna finish that sentence.
I say sex cybot because then it sounds like you're talking about sex.
Sex cybot. That's
I just love
cool.
how apparently like people's heads were exploding, like the big Bihan Serena shippers that thought, oh, we're finally gonna get that to happen in this expansion. And then you just get Sector, like all their heads were exploding apparently on social media. Like they were just very sad. And someone even like did a drawing where they just traced over Sector and put Serena there. And I'm like, yes.
Oh, it would have been so funny if one of Havoc's weird gimmicks for his timeline is that every character is in a weird ship that makes no sense. So it's So it's like you go in and say, oh, here's like fire Liu Kang, and he's like, I am Liu Kang, and this is my wife Serena, and it's like, who? What? What is?
I wasn't expecting Lee Mei Reiko though. So
Kung Lao and Sindel.
I don't know why you said that, and I had the awful thought of not even a ship, just like I'm Kung Lao. I won the Mortal Kombat tournament. Be like, huh?
oh,
Finally.
yay! Good on you,
for
boy.
Kung Lao.
Justice for Kung Lao. Yeah, that poor boy get bodied every timeline.
Either gets bodied or doesn't get to do anything. It's one of the two.
It's because his given name starts with an L.
It's been calming down a bit more since like it's been like what 2 months ish since Chaos Reigns has been out. But what I do find funny is like ever since like the Bihan Sector ship forcefully started, I've been seeing a lot more Serena Bihan artworks on my timeline, like so much more. Like people are like putting a lot of effort into redesigning like Serena costumes and like whatnot. It's just like somehow that motivated a lot of people.
They're manifesting it. They're trying to like put it into the game. Like Serena is gonna like scoop in. Like what's gonna happen is that Sector is gonna dump Bihan, and then at his lowest point, Serena's gonna be like, not to take advantage of you on the rebound, but I noticed that like you're back on the market, and I was just thinking. You know what would have been a funny ship to add to the game, and it would have actually made sense, but also be cringe? Imagine if, like, Chaos Realm Havoc is in a relationship with Frost.
the one at the arena.
Oh, the one that won? The one that kills Quan Chi?
Yeah.
Good for Frost, honestly. She deserves a win.
She needs a W. She needs a W.
To force more ships.
I want to know her story.
Well, she cheated the win, though. She was playing Mortal Kombat X. Like, she used the environment. She cheated. She used her knowledge from Mortal Kombat 11. No one else in the game is able to use the environment interactables, but she can because she carried it over from MK11, using that chain to kill Quan Chi.
Maybe that's the timeline she comes from.
We did see one. That was when Darius and Dairu tried to burn Scorpion's face, and he says, "No, you." And then Havoc's like, "Oh no, I can't regenerate my face," or as he actually says in the intros, "I choose not to. I choose to be horribly scarred."
I'll be honest. I don't even think the new Havoc is like great in the new Chaos Havoc, Titan Havoc, but like in comparison to current Havoc, okay, he is like 10 times better. Like, there's no competition.
Be fair, Daru Havoc, and I say this politely, to me as someone who's waited for that character for like 17 years, was the equivalent of like an intestinal exorcism. I detested what we got. Absolutely. And I'm glad that they course corrected in some ways. It wasn't great enough for me, but I'm like, I mean, when the bar's that low, right, you can only go up.
Exactly. Yeah. I do find it funny still that in the story, Liu Kang's like, so I like mandatorily fucked over our Havoc to not be crazy. You know, I did that on purpose, so that's why he's a loser. I'll admit that. I do like he does say that. Like, okay.
Look at how edgy he is. He won't heal his face. Oh god, I hate this. It reminds me of the Suicide Squad movie where you had Jared Leto go, "I'm an idea," and it makes me want to die. It makes me want to die inside so bad.
Havoc is an idea. Anyone could become Havoc.
I'm Havoc.
Look at me. I'm the Havoc now.
I feel like this is the really bad I'm Spartacus scene.
Actually, that would have been a more interesting plot if his goal of spreading chaos was just to turn everyone into Havoc. He's like, your Dairu is Havoc? oh, what if I turn everyone into Havoc? Haha, Sub-Zero is now Havoc. Next I will turn Scorpion into Havoc. And then you see some random NPCs from old games show up and like, I'm Havoc as well now. I used to be Hotaru, but now I am Havoc.
You see him like, maybe Titan Havoc beats up some, unimportant cameo character, like beats Movado in a 1v1, picks him up by the throat, you just watch him slowly change into like Havoc. Like, no!
Is that why there's a lot of Havocs in the Coliseum and whatnot?
Not our favorite friend Movado.
Taking L's in every timeline. Holy shit.
You could do some really fun stuff with it. Like, you know how Havoc is like, he can use his body for moves. What if instead of those cords Movado has, it's like, not veins, but like the nerves, like his nerve endings going out, and he uses.
I sort of
those.
get what you mean.
I think there's a Spider-Man that does
grody.
that instead of webs. Like, but he's doing that. It's like launch himself at people.
That's better than what I thought you were gonna say, because I forgot that Movado doesn't have the hook swords in the gameplay anymore. I think they show up at one point during like the arcade ending or something. Like he has the hook swords again. But anyway, somewhere he has them. I thought you were gonna say that like his forearm bones are sticking out of his skin and have like a hook to him, and those are like his new hook blades. And it's like, I got the bone.
Well, he's just got
blades,
T-Rex arms and he's running at you.
Yeah, he's like a
guy
necromorph
from
in Dead
Naruto.
Space. It's just like he doesn't have hands anymore; just has the hooks like sticking out. Yeah. Oh man, they would do it. They would try it. I was actually talking with a buddy about this earlier, and remind me to bring it up during the Ghostface thing, which we should probably get into eventually.
Yeah, we will get it after this. I was gonna say like this is like the 4th time Snake has come up with like a cooler idea for Havoc on this podcast. Like,
Oh, yeah.
he just keeps throwing them out.
Very good.
Oh yeah.
Because actually, to piggyback off that, they could have probably used his what was it? His heart fatality, where he rips out his heart and puts it in their chest.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Shoves
Oh,
his
to
heart
turn
in
them
your
to
chest
Havocs?
and corrupts you.
Yeah, I feel like that works.
That corruption makes more sense than the actual fatality, because when I first saw that Havoc fatality, maybe I don't have a 500 IQ or something, but I was very confused what was even going on. I'm like, puts heart in you, crushes your heart, then his heart explodes, and what? I was like super confused.
I feel like we're applying too
sorta
much
get
logic
it.
to MK.
Yeah. I'm more confused by that than I was when Sindel and MK9 screamed a little ball in her hand, and somehow like her scream turned into a physical ball, and she shoves that ball in you, and then it explodes. That was very confusing. So we're reaching that level of like,
Cool. It don't matter.
I was just gonna say, like, completely lacking context of hearing Sindel shoving balls in you is gonna be great. For the
Oh gosh. I'm just gonna cut that part off. Like, I don't think Shoulder Dog Pound sound really interesting out of context.
when she shoves that ball in you.
You're gonna cut what off?
We're just cutting so much context off.
Cutting off my balls.
I didn't need to do anything there. So what did you think about the Bihan sector ship? Okay.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say the Sectos. The Bihan sex scene, rather. I was like, what? When did this happen?
Sector's
That's if
name
I
is
wrote
too-
it. That's if I wrote the DLC. There would have been a mandatory Game of Thrones level sex scene, 100%. It's an M-rated game.
It's an M-rated
Have some
game,
balls.
right? Yeah. I might as well, right? Yeah.
So I actually don't really mind it. It makes sense to
Okay.
me on paper. I kind of saw it coming from a mile away in the hindsight. Like when I started the very selected dialogue we have there, I was like, yeah, I can kind of see it. I'm not crazy. Like I said, I'm not crazy on MK ships, but it kind of makes sense because a lot of their stuff is always aligned in different ways in the past. So I was like, yeah, I could see this. I'm not for it, but I can see it happening. But yeah, I think it makes a lot more sense in that regard. Unfortunately, that's going to upset Serena fans in that regard. But So I have a bit of a tinfoil hat theory, which is why I think it kind of works. But I think the game does a horrible way of explaining it. And it's that Bihan needed to have the events and mythologies in order to gain a moral compass and sense of good. And without him having that, or having Serena effectively be the catalyst to change his perspective, he has Sector in his ear, basically functioning as her, but doing the exact opposite, having him prey on like his darker intrigue, his feelings, like telling him, hey, you want power? I like power. You like power too. You should have some power. So he's got that in his ear, so it's slowly invoking those darker intentions and thoughts. So it adds more significance and importance to the Bihan-Serena relationship, whilst also making the Sector and Bihan relationship kind of work. So it kind of does a little bit of that, but the thing is, like, the game doesn't do a good job of putting any emphasis on the significance of Serena to Bihan, and nor have they since the NRS era of games, honestly. So that's the thing. It's my biggest gripe with it, and it's why I say it shouldn't be us as content creators that have to make sense of
Come
that.
up with
the game,
this.
The game
Yeah.
should be the one to explain that to us. But alas, with like a lack of flashbacks and the new era also not being the new era, it kind of messes all that up. Like, there's ways to justify it and try to make more sense of it than there is, but you know, it's wishful, like, cherry picking.
Yeah, not to mention how, like, at the very end, Liu Kang ruins that concept even because he promotes Sector. And you would think that, like, a nearly omnipotent level god being would be like, I saw what you did, you little shit. You're also getting punished.
It's like, seriously, like, you gotta be for real. Like, he really lacks hindsight in a lot of these things. It's
Very
crazy.
naive.
But I love how the one thing he thought to do for the new era, that he thought, this will stop Bihan going evil. I'm gonna give him a cyber haram. That will do great. That will stop him.
I wish there was more art of that. I tried to manifest it by doing, like, cringy Photoshop of, like, Shao Kahn sitting on his throne with Melina, like, you know, looking up to him, and I just put two of them and made one Sector and one Cyrax. And I was like, their loyalty to Bihan is absolute. But we didn't get enough of that. I wanted more stupid shipping. It would have been hilarious, but damn it.
Hilarious. Stupid shipping, yes.
I worry that, like, they're trying to make Liu Kang ignorant like Raiden was, but that doesn't work because he sat there for like 100 million years watching the universe form. The man should be absurdly wise.
Sure, but
Like,
Raiden also was like
comprehension.
thousands of years old too. So I mean,
Yeah, but Raiden didn't get to watch all the previous timelines to see exactly what everybody is like. Liu Kang has.
Yeah.
That's kind of what inspired him to make these changes. Like, well, Sector's clearly a problem, even though he never met Sector properly in his timeline. So he's like, well, now I know who Sector is from past timelines. Okay, so I'll do something about this person. And then he thinks, yeah, Sector can lead the Lin Kuei. That's not going to lead to the Cyber Lin Kuei or anything. They're already halfway there.
Maybe he wants the
Yeah,
Cyber
true.
Lin Kuei to happen because something good comes from it. See, that'd be the easy, lazy way of like explaining all this and like, you know, just retconning
It's true,
it. Like,
yeah.
Oh, yes, all these bad things needed to happen in order for this good thing to happen in the end.
I can't see how you could make that work, but just because his whole thing is, I made all the bad guys into weak, pathetic losers. So he tried to get rid of the evil people and stack everything in favor of good. So if he used to say, well, actually, I was actually just making things in a way where bad would happen so good would come stronger from that, then why is General Shao not Shao Kahn?
Yeah. And it's also the dumbest. Like, someone even pointed out in my comment section, they had my exact idea just years later. They were like, wait, if Liu Kang didn't want these guys to become bad again, why didn't he just bring them to Earthrealm and, like, keep them at his side? Like, just have
That'd be
Shao
a very cool
Kahn,
concept.
like, adopt Shao Kahn, adopt Shang Tsung, adopt Quan Chi, and just raise them in the Shaolin Temple and keep them right next to you. They probably won't turn out bad.
One of the funniest things to me is that Shang Tsung, because in Onslaught, when you look at the character's data, he's listed as an Earthrealmer. They're keeping the idea that he is from Earthrealm originally. And but now he's from Outworld, because Onslaught says that for M1K Shang Tsung, he's from Outworld.
Oh, shit.
So Liu Kang took this guy who would have lived for like 80 years and died in obscurity and made him an immortal Outworlder.
True.
Slight design flaw, Lou.
Yeah.
My greatest adversary that nearly killed me in the past timeline.
You know, and at first I was worried that, like, oh no, we're going to get a whole new generation of, like, Zoomers and new fans who think that, like, this is the first Mortal Kombat game, or at least only know the lore of this new game, and then try to get in arguments or debates with existing fans. Like, why did you just call Scorpion Hanzo? Don't you know his name is Kuai Liang? Idiot. Fake fan. And it's like, ah, shit. And I was worried about that, but now I'm starting to think they're not going to keep this going. Like, the sequel is going to somehow be just the OG timeline
They're gonna
again.
reset it.
Somehow. because they've gotten too much backlash.
I would not be shocked if the next game is a big multiversal cataclysm that results in the entire multiverse collapsing into one. Like, like Crisis on Infinite Earths, one universe that takes bits and pieces from different universes and goes, now this is the one universe. Probably the plot of Chronica, trying to like bring order back to everything, merge everything into one timeline, and Liu Kang kills her again, or someone else does. And then Raiden becomes God of Thunder again, Liu Kang loses power, becomes mortal, and it's like, yeah, we're just... There's just another decade worth of storytelling was completely pointless. Hooray!
Yeah, no, you fool, Snake. It can't be Chronica because Garrus said that apparently Titans can never come back ever. So it's going to be something hilarious like Chronica's half daughter or something.
Chronico.
Cetrion.
Yeah.
Chronico.
I mean, sure you can say that, but if people who weren't even at the final battle could somehow have gotten a win, then Chronica's ending has to have happened somewhere in the multiverse.
Oh, yeah, and I just realized something funny that I never even thought about. So, Shinnok, I think, still exists. Like, I think Shinnok gets name dropped at some point in MK1 somehow, somewhere.
His amulet, yeah.
But he's the child of Chronica, so how the hell did he come to be?
Ooh. So maybe Chronica is mortal in this universe or something.
He's adopted.
Yeah, he's adopted.
Okay.
He's just always adopted. He was never actually...
To be fair, though, like... Maybe he could, like, because Liu Kang, there are some characters who have very weird, like, new origins, so it's like maybe Shinnok wouldn't be, like, the son of Chronica, because, you know, it's like, Takeda went from the son of Kenshi to his cousin, Melina went from a clone to, like, the daughter of Sindel, so they could always do something different with Shinnok, like, he is the uncle of Melina, I don't know.
No, they're going to do a weird thing, they're going to call back on to Annihilation, where Shinnok is Raiden and Shao's father. So either he's General Shao's father, or he's Raiden's father, or both. Maybe he's an Outworlder who had a fling with a strong Earthrealmer from a previous tournament, and then end up with two sons, half brothers, Shao and Raiden.
It explains why Shao's so bitter. He must have only got the bad kid in the divorce.
Yeah. Yeah. Very angry, salty boy. That's also the most annoying thing about the newest timeline is they made everyone pretty black and white. We've talked about that before, but like you're either a paragon or you're a salty asshole. Like there's not really an in between.
There really isn't.
Well, there's a bit like some people can be browbeaten into evil, like Reptile. He's a good person, but he's kind of forced to do evil things. And Sindel has some darker shades with the way she treats the Tarkats. But she's overall a good person.
Call them lepers. You call them lepers like they are. Those filthy, dirty dogs.
What are you, Sindel?
Get the fire.
Just be Team Sindel like through and through. Just be mean to everybody. And fuck those vampire people too.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Rats with wings.
But all these characters who have more of like a darker, more gay, like, oh, is he a hero? Is like Reptile? Is he a good guy or a bad guy? Is Baraka like working with the heroes? All these characters who have that part of them, all turn good by chapter 12. All of them, which leaves only like all like I don't know, Lee Mason, though Tanya. All these are still good, but then everyone else are just black and white, just evil. So I remember this is going to be a complaint I'll be talking about eventually in the story mode. Is like after that transition happens, there's not a lot of bad guys left in the story.
Really
when compared to the roster of the heroes, it's like the Outworlders are all like working with Earthrealm now. So it's like, who do we have? Like 6 or 7 villains in the game, really?
No, it's just true.
It's probably like a setup for more for the multiverse stuff, where it's like, well, the guys from the main timeline are the good guys. So these are the staple ones. They're the good guys to make up our big army. Because we have plenty of bad guys to fight in the multiverse. We don't need Reptile to be a villain if we can just throw in an evil Reptile from 700 other timelines. It's fine.
Well, yeah, that's literally what happens in Chapter 13. It's like, okay, we have 6 or 7 villains, but now we have the entire roster as a villain now again. Yay! Don't worry about it.
I mean, it's true. In all fairness, I would definitely take some certain aspects of that over getting a Mortal Kombat 9 Johnny vs. Jax fight. She's hot, you're not.
How dare you?
Oh, I'm big angry about you. So I like some of the justifications, but I won't lie, I'm not too keen on it. And it's going to be interesting moving forward regarding how they approach characters or reestablish them in the lore and the canon, because like, do we now look at bringing in newer characters, or do we just rehash some of the older ones? So yeah, no, it's interesting in that regard, because even say what you will about like X and stuff, but at least like the new characters were interesting anomalies. They absolutely vary in quality, but you know, it'd be intriguing.
They tried.
Yeah, they tried. They tried. I mean, some are cooler than others, but you can never sell me on Jackie Briggs.
No.
Just had to bring her up. You were like, some of them aren't that. It's like you're triggering.
Oh yeah.
You can't sell me on Jackie Briggs.
The best thing that's ever came out of Jackie Briggs was her own arcade ladder ending in 11, and that's because she's fucking dust. She Thanos herself.
Man. That still makes me sad, but it's
imagine
hilarious to bring up that she literally ended herself. Like,
I love how you say that, and I'm like, the tragedy of the characters. Imagine being the daughter of Jax and sucking that bad. But yeah. I agree with what you said.
yeah. If they had just gone with some of the other concept art that we saw in MKX, she could have been her own distinguishable character. But nope, just had to make her literally Jax, but younger and a different gender.
Leg armor.
Bravo, kudos.
Don't forget the leg armor.
Don't forget the leg armor. You're right. That didn't come around till later, I don't think. Though. But yeah, the leg armor, that was definitely the big part. You know, now that you mentioned the lack of villains, it has me wondering if that was one of the reasons why they did World Tour in Street Fighter 6 instead of a story mode, because they only have 2 villains on the whole roster. And one of them's Jury, who you could argue is like an anti-hero who can switch sides. And it's like, we only have 1 villain on the entire roster. Should we do something different than story mode? It's like, that's how World Tour was spawned. Like, yes, this is much better.
Even though the DLCs add a lot more villains in that, I don't think they're really like. I mean, I haven't played it, but I believe they're not some sort of gigantic antagonist group, right? I think you can still get coached by them and whatnot.
Bison is the only actual villain, I feel like, because even Akuma is, again, like an anti-hero kind of side character that does his own thing. But M. Bison is actually a jerk. So you could still make him into a villain. But they gave him amnesia, like just like Heihachi, only he hasn't gotten it back yet. So they could do something new with him, but I don't know.
Imagine if the reason he has amnesia is purely so you can train with him, because the actual Bison wouldn't. Even though, actually, it would have been really interesting if he did have his memory back and he's like, yeah, I'll train you up so that I can use you as my new host body when this one breaks down. I'll make you the best fighter ever so you can enter the next World Warrior tournament. That's what I meant.
Yeah.
That'd be fun. That'd be an interesting plot, at least. I still feel like, as a Jury fan, that arcade ending got me so salty, or like that story, whatever you want to call it, when you get like Bison's actual story, got me so salty because Jury's plot now in Street Fighter 6 is the equivalent of a bully getting a big wedgie from a bigger bully and being like, damn it, I hate this. Then like the bigger bully moves away or something or dies, and then she goes to their house to fuck up their house, and the bully's still there, and it's like, oh shit, and gets wedgied again, and it's like, That's like Jury's entire lore of Street Fighter 6.
What a very simplified way of like making it easily to understand for people.
Yeah, except in this example, the wedgie is your parents getting murdered, but the wedgie.
Yeah.
Whoops.
Yeah.
But yeah, that
feels like
thanks a lot
such a
for
regression.
the.
But Snake's already covered all that. Like, these stories are regressing and looping. So
We cannot continue. But yeah, I just wanted to understand some Chaos Reigns opinions from History Behind the Warrior. I did watch your review video of it, and you just kept on drinking Monster Energy every time you go to a new chapter. Rest your stomach. I don't.
Bro, I could see sounds. It was crazy. I had 6, 7 different cans. I didn't drink all of them, mind you. God bless, I didn't drink all of them. But yeah, it was pretty intense, but I had a lot of fun filming that. It was a good time.
Was that part of the gimmick? You had to chug a whole monster whenever a new chapter happened?
Yeah, new chap. And I'm not sure if you guys have seen it, or each different can correlates with the color of the character that I'm actually talking about as well.
That's that's awesome.
I thought it was pretty fun little detail.
Good lord, that's like 500 cups of coffee.
From the way it sounds, the ones you got later on were not good tasting.
No, I will say I found the watermelon one easily the worst. Here's the thing with watermelon drinks, I find they are either hit or miss for me, and that one, bro, it sounds like someone just ran up to me and kicked me in the nads. It was awful.
Oh, that's good. All right. What do you think? Sonic, is it time for the next?
Is it? Yeah, I think we can head on into.
I need to ask you a very important question.
Okay.
Do you like scary movies?
You said the thing.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah. Wait, what's
Leatherface is coming back, boy.
He's in Fortnite. He's been everywhere now. Finally, time to
of his
put him
success
in,
in
the game.
Fortnite. he's making his comeback, baby.
That's right. I'm so happy they added Michael Myers into the game finally.
They've come to take Scorpion back with them to Fortnite to save the Fortnite world from Doctor Doom.
Yep.
I want to backflip up my windows so bad from hearing that.
So, Ghostface,
We now return to the present. This is the last cutaway, I promise.
what did you think about the Tekken 8 DLC story, Cal? I'm very
Oh,
curious.
man. So, truth be told, I haven't played Tekken since the Eddie patch. I haven't played for like a really long time. So, I have seen all the cutscenes basically for whatever that was, and I was like,
Okay.
this is really dumb. This is really fucking dumb. And here's the thing: I like Tekken 7's story. Not Tekken 7, Tekken 8 story.
There we go. You had to
No
really
one
course
likes
correct
Tekken
yourself
8
there.
story.
Yeah, you really had to
Yeah.
course correct yourself there.
To be fair, I like the cutscene segments of Tekken 7. Everything else
They're hype.
yeah, everything else sucks. But Tekken 8's good. I think the power of friendship's dumb, stupid bullshit that I do not want to see ever again. So I found it very funny that the whole DLC expansion was, look at me, look at my flashbacks. Oh wait, I'm not main character Jin. I'm dead. So I kind of laughed at that, and I love how the power of amnesia, and it's just, it's so fucking dumb where it's like, I have amnesia, I can't think. Headbutt meteor. That'll fix it. That'll fix it. And that's what they do. Here's the thing, I like Heihachi. Did he need to return? No.
No.
I don't think they needed that. But at this point, I'm like, these fuckers can't stay dead unless you're Jinpachi. And even then, I'm convinced he's going to be a lost character of the expansion at this point.
Really?
Oh man.
Like, I'm
That
just
would be
past that
something.
point of like, what semblance
Really
of sense
appreciate
they were there, and I'm like, what sells? Jinpachi. Fair enough. Everyone loves a Mishima, I suppose.
MK fans want a game with all the ninjas. Tekken fans want a game with all the Mishimas. And Kazumas.
Poison.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Dog
it'd be
Dog made the
interesting.
exact same point before, being like, okay, so what do we do in our new game? Like, especially Heihachi is now dead. What makes money? Heihachi? Oh, I like that.
See,
Okay.
the sad part is you are more likely to get a game with all the MK ninjas or with all the Mishimas than you are with all the Street Fighter Shotos, because Sean ain't never coming back.
Which is a shame. He'd be a really good character, dude. I mean, before you complain about Sean, can we complain about Fei Long if we're going to be on the wine boat? Because, like, everyone else came back from the original game except for him. And he was also gone from 5. Like, Honda beat him. And Honda was just DLC in 5. He's immediately in 6. I was like, damn, nobody wants Fei Long. Sheesh.
I'm still surprised that they have never bothered really committed to bringing back Sea Viper. I thought a lot of people really liked it.
Oh, yeah.
I
Now you
I
mention it.
like Sea Viper, and I'm looking forward to if they do bring her back, she will have a more simplified version of her gameplay, because in case Sonic and Snake don't know this, Sea Viper is one of the most difficult characters to play if you want to play her correctly. Like, the execution
I
is
see.
insane on just the most basic combos. I still can't do her regular links. I can do the Seismo, like EX Seismo into Super Jump Cancel into Instant Tatsu. I can do that, which is already tricky enough. But I can't do her poke into Seismo, into Cancel, into Second Poke. I'm not good at that. I can't
It's
do
like
it.
a free frame link window. It's insane.
Yeah. Yeah. It's ridiculous. So if they brought that back, because Street Fighter 6 is so much more accessible, they'd have to simplify it. And I'm curious how they would do that. And also how broken she would be in modern controls. Because if that Seismo is just forward triangle, just constantly doing it.
Yeah, I always
Yeah.
thought Sea Viper was actually like way more popular because she was in Marvel vs. Capcom 3. That's why I was like, oh, this must be a very important character, and she's
Well,
relatively.
Well, it's one of those funny things to think about. Is like if that game had come out like a year later, I'm sure it would have been Jury instead.
Oh yeah.
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 True. Yeah. Yeah. That is one of those examples of like I really do think they just wanted to copy over her model, and that's it.
I know it's not difficult because like the other newcomers in SF4 were, you know, the fat guy everyone hates, Abel, who most people forget exists, and I guess people like El Fuerte enough, but that was a competition. So she comes in, or Steph, I guess. So she's obviously the most popular one out of those, but then immediately shown up by Jory Han, who is like one of the most popular in franchise history now. Like she's one of the faces of the franchise now. Like so I think that's what it is. Steve Viper was just completely. It's like, you know, when you're playing Smash Bros Melee and you get to the Luigi fight and Mario jumps up and Luigi like bounces off his head to go into the air. That's what Jory did to Steve Viper and sent it plummeting back into obscurity.
Yeah,
That's what we put
I mean,
it.
you would think that as a result of her being so popular, they'd let Jury actually do something in the canon, but no. No.
Poor true underdog. He made a whole entire round about Nina last time too. It's like his favorite.
Oh yeah, dude, man. When you actually watch that video explaining all of Nina's history, it's very embarrassing. Like she's never succeeded at all.
Watching
She's always
that
been a
video,
gigantic,
you mean like
massive
from
loser.
History Behind the Warrior? Mm.
Yeah, except she had her own game, so that was kind of cool.
True, but didn't it get like appalling reviews?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh
'cause
yeah,
the gameplay
that's what
was
I've
weird.
heard.
I haven't played it, but I think 'cause it's called Death by Degrees. The
Yeah.
idea is that like you use the sticks to fight, don't you? Like both sticks
Yeah.
or something. So
Like, when you tap the right stick in a direction, she attacks in that direction, which is a cool idea. It just wasn't executed all that well.
yeah,
Because it takes away too many options from you. Like you don't really have camera control as a result. So it's. I think you have to hold a button to control the camera. Then it's a bit fucky. I think you would need like a 3-stick controller.
yeah.
Oh.
And like you guys joked
Like
last
an
time, how
N64.
Reina's like, wait, I'm already irrelevant, and looks at like Asuka. First
Asuka.
time. Looks at Nina first time.
Hey, she's back.
Like Jin's about to fight Reina, and then Heihachi walks into frame, and Reina just turns to dust, like in Infinity War.
Just looks at
No, it's the Ghostface intro. Reina's about to fight. Heihachi just puts his hand on her shoulder and steps in.
Heihachi doesn't even notice her. He doesn't acknowledge her existence at all. She's just out of there. She's erased.
I mean, based off of Harada's tweet, like Heihachi definitely like doesn't notice Reina. Yeah.
It's going to be a sad state of affairs when all said and done. Akuma from Street Fighter will have had a bigger impact on the Tekken canon than Reina.
Yeah, it's true.
That pain, but real. Pain, but real.
Hey, but we are.
God, it's just oh. That's all I can say. It's a salt mine that'll never be empty, because we could always talk about how disappointed we are that like they clearly built the game around Heihachi not coming back, then they brought him back anyway, and it's like, oh, so what was the point of giving Kuma all of his like moves and stuff? What was the point of like Reina being the successor?
Reina,
what was the point of like, yeah?
They couldn't
Because
they
money.
couldn't even wait until season
Oh,
2.
money. That's the thing I like.
like
That's
Heihachi
the
would have
joke
been
that
a
I made.
decent pick to be like, Tekken 8's coming to an end. Here's the final season of DLC. We're going to cap it all off with Heihachi Mishima coming back. But I suppose the problem then is that's the end of the game, so people won't play as him as much.
Yeah, it's a shame too, because we were actually excited for like what, I mean, we allowed ourselves to hope for what would be next, you know, because Tekken 7 was clearly meant to be Heihachi's send off. He's even in the home screen for Pete's sake. It plays kind of sad, somber music, and then in 8, it's like, well, now that Jin and Kazuya beef is finally squashed too, so we can finally go somewhere.
Next?
We can finally see a different direction. These side characters can finally do something. These B-list characters can finally do something. No.
Family Feud.
I also love the meme of like Raven doing the line again, like, "Hey, Hachi Mishima is dead," and the other guy's like, "Dude, shut the fuck up. Stop talking, Raven. You're wrong every time." What's that guy's name? I ruined the joke. What's the French guy's name?
Victor.
Victor.
Remember his
Yeah,
name.
Victor goes, Raven, shut the fuck up. You're always wrong.
Raven. I think I wasn't in like the when Harada revealed like the Heihachi Mishima is dead, and it's like Victor is like, Raven, we need to work on your like communications or something in the reveal. But have you guys seen the Raven and Heihachi intro dialogue, by the way?
No.
So Raven, if Raven fights Heihachi, Raven will say Heihachi Mishima is dead, and it must stay that way to Heihachi. It's like, I can't
That's
be
great.
wrong about this.
I would love it if you could put your customized versions of the characters in the cutscenes, because then Raven's like, Heihachi Mishima is dead. Then smash cut to Victor, customized to look like me, as Sonic and I have both done, and then he's just like, Raven, shut the fuck up. Shut up. You don't know what you're talking about.
I love how the one meme that came out of this, though, is that now if anyone tries to use what Harada said as proof of, like, this or that to win their debate, they can just go, oh, yeah, we also said Heihachi was dead. We can't trust this man. When he says anything lore-wise, we can't trust this man. He also said that Heihachi doesn't know anything about, like, Reina because he has so many illegitimate daughters. Then it comes out, like, it's not even his daughter. It's like, okay. Oh. What's going on here?
Take a 50. Yeah, it's quite funny if you really look into what they're trying to do right now. Yeah.
He spent too much time with Ed Boon, and now he just trolls the audience the same way that Ed Boon does, except he's not doing it on purpose. He's just misremembering.
I love you
It's
make it
called
sound
the
like he has
old
old
lore.
man syndrome, effectively.
He's actually really, really old. He just dyes his hair black, turns out. Like, he's actually really old. Just wears lots of makeup and dyes his hair. And it reminds me of back when, like, for some reason, Future Trunks had blue hair in Dragon Ball Super, and that was the whole thing. Like, why is his hair blue? Did the creator actually
weird
forget
blue
that Trunks'
tinge.
hair is purple? And I was like, no, I think he just wanted to sell more toys. And now it's like, oh, here's Trunks with blue hair. And no one's ever made that a popular theory. I think it's why. I think that's the actual reason why. It's just to sell more toys. 1000%. But that's just
Or maybe
anyway,
it's that,
Sonic.
it's that,
What's our new
maybe
topic?
Maybe that Dragon Ball Fighters was in the early stages of development, and they were like, "Hey, we want more versions of Trunks. Can you make us a new version of Trunks?" Said, "I can change his hair color. We'll take it."
It counts. It's all you need. Or it's like, hey, we're thinking about adding Super Boo in the game, but like, how do we make him new? He's a chick now. Oh, nice. Nice. Super Boo is now a chick in Dragon Ball FighterZ. Android 21 it is. And now she's canon, because in that one Dragon Ball Super movie, you see her human form. And it's like, oh,
Yeah.
canon now. At least that part is. Yep.
You know,
I
funny
lost my
thing is
shit
though,
when I saw that. I was like, oh, there she
you
is.
did. Oh, that's cool.
Because she's like really small on the computer, but she's there. I think it's even an image from Dragon Ball FighterZ, like her profile picture. And it's like,
Oh, really?
there she is. But yeah, Sonic, what's our new topic?
You know, I'm trying to think of a final topic we can end on. You know what? Actually, Troner Dog, I need you to distract King for like just a couple minutes. I got the final topic right here.
Okay, so
I can't tell if this is a bit. Like, is this
No, I actually do have a final topic. Don't worry, guys.
editing Sonic, if you're watching this right now, because current Sonic might forget, could you put the Ghostface segment first? Because I feel like, even though I love what we talked about later, I feel like our viewers want to hear about the Ghostface stuff. So maybe put that first. But
Okay, I guess.
it took us
yeah,
like a whole
I could-
hour to get there. So maybe it's better that we
Edison
jump into
Sonic,
that.
do not listen to this man. Take a screenshot of a silly face and put that in his feed for the entire video, and just put things normally.
Which one sounds easier to do? Which one do you think putting a text to speech for the entire video? Which one do you think would be easier? Huh?
To be fair, Callum, one time it was pretty funny. My audio cut out apparently at some point, and so like I was just not talking, and like when I made a really good joke, and they all laughed at it, Sonic just did a little robot voice and went pee pee poo poo ha ha, and they went,
And then we just started laughing. Yeah.
and I was like, to
I
this day, I'm
don't
like,
even remember what
did
he
I
said
say?
though, but that's what I said. Yeah.
What did I say that was so funny?
Even I don't remember.
Lost the time.
It's funny, Underdog, is this one, right, that got your
Yeah.
shit canned?
Don't do it.
Don't show it.
Wait, I gotta censor that now. I gotta censor that now. For our last amazing topic that I definitely planned for this epic finale part of the podcast, we have some Q&As that our fans have sent us, and one question I think would be pretty fun that we could all just join in on. It's a very simple question, but I think it would be fun to see what people would like theory craft for this. And the question is asked by Chikan no Coconut. I think that's how you pronounce his name. But here's the question. If you had to make Kombat Pack 2, 6 fighters, who would you add? You get to choose a Kombat Pack.
There are no rules here, so it doesn't say we have to have 3 guests, does it?
No rules. So what I'm actually kind of curious is, like, would Kombat Pack 1 and 2 have happened? How about we make it more interesting? Kombat Pack 1 and 2 have happened, so now this is Kombat Pack 3.
Yeah.
We can let the audience judge who has the best, like, Kombat Pack idea here, basically.
Oh, we're going to include cameos as well, 5 cameos.
Is that a little too much effort? Are you guys okay with that? 5 cameos?
I would just allow the option for cameos. Like you can do the 6 main fighters, but if you want to like mention a couple cameos, you'd put in like go for it.
Yeah, we have made like theory lists before though, but to like make a whole entire one. Yeah, okay. Let me think here. I'm gonna write this down just because I don't want to forget.
Let's see.
Oh yeah, I should probably write it down too.
I'd want Kung Jin back.
Shut the fuck up. We're not supposed to spoil it yet.
I was not told there were rules to this. Don't cut any of this out though. Keep it all in the episode.
To keep it all in. Just our theory, our like little writing here.
Dog, for fuck's sake.
Stop. Focus on your assignment, dog.
Got so quiet. Like it's gotten.
I know. I've done my list, to be fair.
I just wanted to mention you both are frozen. I can see Callum moving in real time, but Sonic and Snake are frozen. And what I love is they are frozen in a way that is like befitting of their personality. Like it's perfect. Snake is stuck in the thinker pose.
I'm curious.
And Sonic just looks super happy.
I'm actually doing the thinking pose. Holy shit.
Oh yeah. Are we still frozen like that right now?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Nerf this.
Ooh.
Oh no. You know, the more time passes, the more dog Gooner side will show up. Are you almost ready, Callum?
Yeah, I'm all good to go.
All right. So tell us.
I need
what
a Dia
is
figure so much. And Mercy. And John
What
Queen
is
and
your-
Zarya
19 inches of venom, you say?
and Ash.
We're starting off
What
strong.
is-
Racer.
Your combat.
Anna.
Your combat. I already forgot the freaking
Pack
like
3.
DLC name. Combat Pack
Pack
3.
3.
Yes. You couldn't think of another like a female character in Overwatch, eh, Snake?
I listed them all.
So,
You did not list the best one. Like, how dare you?
Sombra?
Moira
Yeah.
and Symmetra.
The only good thing
Well,
about
yeah.
Moira is how crazy she
Brigitte.
sounds when she uses her ult. She's like, my power emanates. It's just this tiny little Irish woman going mad with power.
In doing like a Kamehameha. Sorry, Callum, please go. Don't be distracted by us.
so my first selection is going to be Kotal.
Ooh!
The restrictions I do have on him is that he has to be wheelchair bound, and he has to have wheelchair stance cancels, and he can only do them in the air. So
Let's
everything
go.
launches, but he can cancel in the air. So he gets in and out of the wheelchair, but he launches you with it.
Also, here's one. He only has 2 normal buttons. Punch and punch.
Yeah.
The kick buttons.
Oh, he does have- Oh, so
You
he's
have
like
to-
Steve from Tekken. He doesn't have any like leg sweeps.
Yeah.
You have to manually press 3+4 to get out to do the stance cancel.
Oh no! And he has like you know how Blanca in Street Fighter has the coward crouch where he just lays down and covers his head? Kotal has a move where like he flings himself out of his chair and just hides on the floor. Gets really low to the ground, like tiny
You think it's a
hitbox.
really like weak spear from the wheelchair, so it kicks out from behind.
Yeah, he like turns around and throws the wheelchair at you.
And when it comes to,
And then for his
to,
fatality, he steals your legs and then walks away.
Oh, that just
when
walks away.
when it comes to when he is defeated, a beam of light comes down on him and it like forces him to stand up, like puppets his body to stand up so he can do the normal animations.
So you do a fatality on him.
When you think it stops halfway and then it freeze frames as he's falling halfway back again to the ground.
No, he'd be one of those characters. Like, he'd be like a boss character. When you beat him, you can't even do a fatality. He just falls down and it does like that. Just goes to the victory screen right away.
That makes him a perfect cameo character.
It'll be like
He just comes
he'll be
rocketing
like
out
a-
of his wheelchair.
Pops a wheelie as a brutality on you.
and then 10 years from the future, he's gonna face the same issues that Motaro does. You know, we can't bring him back. We can't bring a 4-legged character back. We can't bring a character on a wheelchair back.
To be fair, we already got the crawl animation with Ghostface, so you know, the first few crawls, steps, this is all locked in.
True.
Listen. Or he could be like this Giga Chad fighting game character.
Oh yes, Xavier. Oh, amazing
Xavier
combos.
in Mutant Academy. Just give him the telekinesis.
Super OP character.
What's really brilliant
Spins.
about that? So the team that made Mutant Academy, I'm pretty sure, made X-Men Next Dimension because it was like the sequel to that. Do you know what happened to them
Yeah.
after that? They were
What?
bought by Midway and made MK Shaolin Monks.
Nice.
Oh my
There you go.
gosh, that's awesome. The
I knew there was
ideas,
a reason why it was so much fun.
even though you never played it.
Now,
A
that
very
being
great.
said, I don't know if Callum knows this, but Callum, when you defeat Xavier in that game, his knockdown animation is him just falling over backward, like, oh, and like his wheelchair is straight in the air. like, he just beat up a man in the wheelchair. It's so great.
To be fair, there is that Xavier panel of him getting pushed down the staircase in the Ultimate Universe from years ago.
Yeah, and just not seeing it coming, like, no. I do know your one weakness, stairs.
A very strong start. Like, who's your second character?
Well, are we going to do it like that or are we going to alternate between people?
Oh, I thought like we should just give like each of us like unless you want to do like alternating.
I'm good with either, honestly. What would you guys like?
Who?
I want to put Kung Jin in the game.
I have Kunjin on my list too. Yeah, if we have any low overlapping, I think we could just say it like that. True.
Yeah. Oh, because, well, for one, he's the combat kid who never came back yet, so I want him in there. Plus,
Yes, exactly.
I think he has potential, arguably more, definitely more than Jackie, arguably more than Cassie in terms of as a character. It'd be
Yeah.
interesting to see what his story would be now, because obviously without Kung Lao dying, his whole backstory would be different. But he can still be Lao's cousin. But now he'd be like the same age, so he's more like a peer than anything, which could be interesting.
True.
You could probably find some cool new gameplay gimmicks for him. I probably wouldn't give him the same outfit he has in the story mode as his default, because I'm not sure that's just evil him as opposed to just him. It's a bit of an issue I kind of have with Takeda as well. The outfit doesn't really suit him, but then I guess his whole personality has changed. Jin's personality, therefore, would be he's the quippy one now. He's the one who's like the personable.
Oh.
Yeah, he's personable and quippy because no one's like, get out of here, you're not wanted, your family's ruined. He's like, he just gets to live in China and he's like, yeah, I'm the cool Chinese guy. And he's, maybe he's rich, maybe he's like, he's got a mansion somewhere in some big Chinese city, and he's loving life, and then he finds out he's gay, and then he gets a boyfriend and everything's fine.
Oh, okay. I thought that was gonna go a bit more dark. But then he finds out he's gay. I'm like, oh, where's
Dun,
this going?
dun, dun.
I know. No, it's gonna go like a
Liu Kang's
turn or something.
Liu Kang's like, of all the things I tried to purge from my timeline.
Oh
this
no,
was
no,
the
no,
most-
don't finish that sentence. I thought when I was thinking more, I was thinking a bit more like darker because it's. Oh no, I have a really dark thought. If Takeda turned from Kenshi's son to his cousin, does that mean Kung Jin's gonna turn from Kung Lao's cousin to
His son?
I don't know how could they change it? How could they change it up? Because I bet they
His
really want to
brother.
do something like that. His straight up just his brother. Wow. Not his bro Shaolin bro Raiden, but he actually has like a brother. But yeah, Kunjin, I feel like is very, very likely to come back to. Not even just like a wish list, but even like I just feel like if they're gonna do Kombat Pack 3, like very likely. Dogadoo, what's your first character?
I mean, we got to do Jade.
I have her on my list.
We don't gotta do Jade, but you can if you want.
You got to do Jade.
I have her on my list too.
Yeah. My list gets very creative after that, though, but Jade's my obvious one. Yeah.
Jade needs to be there. Not because of the stands, but because there's that one intro dialogue. That's for me at least. Like why I think Jade should be. It's like, how dare you put that one intro dialogue before the game even came out, and it's like, 24th character Jade? No.
Yeah.
Okay.
I will say there's one. I don't want to go too far into gameplay because we'll be here all day, but there is one thing that I wanted to make very particular. She gets her pole spear from Deception. It's not just a pole anymore. She finally gets the spear tip back. Why not? Just make it a bit more different.
Yeah, might as well
And
make
3D
her a bit
arrow
more
love,
different.
like bring it back. Yeah.
Might as well make her a bit more different because Reiko's boss has like her move, Chameleon has her move, Tanya kind of has her move.
Yeah.
Might as well make her a little bit more different.
True.
It's a good variety.
She has
Right.
all the green power moves that Johnny Cage didn't get this time. That's her
Oh.
gimmick. She has the force ball. She has the kick.
Yeah, that'd be pretty neat, to be fair, but
Yes, the kid.
let's upset the canon more. Sure.
You know what Janet should have had? She should have had, when Johnny dives in front of Sonya and takes the hit from Shinnok, Janet should do that as one of her cameo moves. Like
Oh,
she
just-
dives in front of you and takes the hit.
That's her combo breaker like animation.
Yeah,
Yeah,
alternatively,
that's good,
you
actually.
do that and then it powers up the next move because like Johnny's powered up when his power activates. So it's like if you pull that off, this little parry type thing, then her next attack's going to do extra damage.
Sounds pretty
That
cool.
makes sense. Yeah, that'd be cool. I'd like that.
Fair.
Yeah.
Right, I think it brings me back around to me now, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, one character that I would like to see return, and I'm surprised hasn't returned, but in playable form, Kintaro.
I have him on my list.
I have it on my list.
He's the only Shogun we haven't had back. Like I would,
Yeah.
Exactly.
His model looked great in MK11, so I was genuinely very surprised we didn't see anything of him again for one. Plus,
like-
what was it? From world building perspective, it'd be good to kind of reestablish the Draco Tigra relationships and stuff. So I'm like, there's something there. It'd be nice to see him. He hasn't been playable in a long while, and I know I think he's kind of neat.
Yeah, he's kind
I
of
just
neat.
think he's neat.
True.
That'd be
Yeah.
great.
The thing is, Kintaro could even have a chance to rise in the narrative because now Goro's been disgraced, like in the old stuff, but now it's because he was part of this rebellion against the throne. But Kintaro's not. He had nothing to do with that. So he becomes like Gorbak's like Kintaro, go and represent our people at the throne. I'm sure they'll do that with Shiva, but put Kintaro instead. Go represent our people, and he's like, I will protect the Empress. And then you explore his character, what his ambitions and dreams are.
Yeah. Kintaro has always been, even in like the Midway era, I would assume is like a very, very, very like potential like character, but always just wasted because like they just don't really do much with that character. And I was expecting him because okay, MK9 we got like Shiva being playable, MKX Goro was playable, MK11 okay Shiva makes a return, Mortal Kombat 1 Kintaro's back, baby. No, okay.
I mean, the reason
what I
is
always
simply
thought.
because it's a unique body type. That's too much work to do for all the fatality stuff, unfortunately.
Sure, but they could do like a Goro and MKX, like they made it work there and whatnot. There's Collector exists in MK11. That's a weird body type.
But I feel like
But yeah.
this game specifically, like I feel like MK11 even had like the big buff boy body type for like Geras, Shao, and Geras, but like even Shao's not that big anymore, especially his legs.
Koto.
Tiny
his
little
little
scrawny
legs,
things.
his little legs.
Yeah.
Oh, Coastal's gonna have the same build. He'll show up with these scrawny little legs, and it's like, yes, this time he'll be crippled because his legs will be snapped, not because of his spine.
Yeah. But yeah, I agree. Kintaro, great potential. I got two of my characters already overlapping, so I'll skip my turn this turn. I'll pass. Next for you, Snake.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I just said Kintaro, so we can just move on to Dog.
Okay.
It's me?
Yeah.
Okay. I want Belloc.
I forgot about him.
Yeah. Finally
That'd be
get
fun,
to see
yeah.
Belloc. Yep. I think it'd be cool. And since like Shinnok is maybe not in this new timeline, at least as far as gameplay, I think Belloc could be the new Hell character, you know?
Yeah,
That'd be fun.
I mean, yeah, Ashura is from Netherrealm, but we don't really have a Hellborn character. That kind of was Scorpion. Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
But so it's
Yeah,
like we don't really have like a.
The ones that used to be from the Netherrealm aren't anymore. Scorpion just has fire powers on Earth. Quan Chi's from Outworld now, and then all we have is Ashura and Serena, and Ashura's trying desperately to get away from there, and Serena's just like she's from Hell, but she's brainwashed, and then once she's freed from it, she's gonna hang out with Ashura, I assume.
Yeah, the Netherrealm demons have always been a thing around like the lore, but I've always wanted to see like, can we make a character out of this? Like, I think it'd be kind of cool. Which the closest I think now is Serena, but yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They could totally ruin Belloc. Watch them be like, "Oh, that's Ashura's brother."
Sure, I would accept that.
No, her fiance that she ran away from.
Oh no.
She's a runaway bride, and then you give her the Bruce Lee tracksuit in the next game.
And then he gets the Atrocitus treatment.
I get it.
She's gonna kill Bell Ock.
And then he gets the Atrocitus treatment in story mode, where he shows up for just one fight and then fucks off. And he's gone for the rest of the story mode.
Yes.
Sad.
He shows up like, Ashura, I come to
angry
reclaim
Green
you as my
Lantern.
bride.
Bye.
No. Okay then. Just leaves.
Peace. I'm out.
And then like the twist is like, or one of the like the plot things is that if Ashura ever like does something really sinful, like takes an innocent life, then I mean she loses dominion over like Earthrealm and has to go back to Hell. And Belloc's like, yeah, one of these days you're gonna fuck up, you're gonna slip up and go back to your demon ways, and then you're mine again. I don't know.
That's not a bad like plot point actually. Anyways, it'd be something interesting for Ashura. I must not take a life, or else something bad will happen, or something, and we don't know. Ooh. So who's your
Third?
third character?
Yeah, so my third, and I think I might also be taking some other people's choices because it's a pretty easy pick on my behalf.
All right.
Hotaru.
I knew it.
I have that. I have
that's
it.
a good
Yes,
one.
I
I
have
forgot about
that
him.
one. Almost
was
every
gonna
one of my
say-
characters are taken here.
Yeah, I'm just like, I mean, it's the most obvious kind of pick and the fallout of the story, and I mean, as I'm all up for more Order Realm characters outside of what we have now, significantly. So it'd be pretty interesting to see like what this take on the character would be, considering, you know, he's thrown into chaos. He's kind of deprived of his livelihood and his culture. Now he has to go under a different sort of world and has to understand and respect it, but maybe he doesn't. Maybe there's some kind of rebellion arc. Maybe he wants to take Outworld for himself in order to restore the Order Realm. Maybe that's where he sees it. Maybe he doesn't see Empress Melina as worthy. There's a lot of avenues that could go that way.
What I think is going to happen is that in the next game we'll find out that General Shao went to wherever the Order Realm refugees have gone to, wherever the survivors, and said to Hotaru, well, Rain flooded it, and Rain is the High Court mage of Outworld. Melina ordered this, so you're going to help us, help me in my rebellion to take them down. That's what's going to happen, and then Havoc will show up somewhere and probably maybe help them, maybe not. Or maybe be like, quick, Hotaru, kill that Havoc guy, because secretly he knows that, Havoc knows the truth. He's the one who ordered it to happen, so we need to kill him before he can tell Hotaru and ruin the alliance.
I feel like the potential for Hotaru is there. Like he's also one of those characters. I'm shocked he wasn't even in the base roster because Havoc came back. But at the same time, part of me just feels like I just feel like NRS is gonna make him be a very, very, very what's the word? Like
one note.
Just the most generic like anti-communist type kind of character. You know?
Oh no! Don't put that
just, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? You know, just like the most one note kind of. They're gonna try to make him like such an asshole that you sympathize. They're gonna try to make you sympathize with the current like universe Havoc. That's how I feel like they're gonna go with it.
I can't wait to go on MK Warehouse to the MK13 all the pre-fight intro page and do Control F fascist and get like 73 results. It's gonna be so fun.
But yeah, I would love to
man.
see him come back.
I mean, he always was a
I
bit
have-
of an a-hole. He's the reason that Shujinko is old. Don't forget.
But it's,
but
so
that's,
sad,
I have,
it's so sad when you go back to it and he's like, but I was going to speak up about on your behalf, Shujinko, and I'm sure you would have been found innocent. It's like, he really believes in Shujinko. It's like, oh, no, please.
it's an interesting like mentality back then. Even though it's like for his character. 4 of my characters have been taken, so I'll pass again.
I'm sorry.
No,
keep
that means I think you have good taste. You know.
Well,
Cultured.
I want to see how many
Cultured.
people also have this one. A pretty popular character from the last game, Fujin.
Oh shit! I forgot about him. That's a great choice, actually. He should. He really should.
Because I'm curious to see what they'll do with him, just because now Raiden, his brother, is immortal. Fujin would presumably also have to be immortal. So what's his backstory? How does he get his power? Does he have an amulet of his own that Liu Kang stored his power in? Or
Wind amulet.
Or is he going to be the girl? Is he going to be Raiden's sister?
Oh,
How
the
is it
sister.
I mean, it could even be that he is a god and he kind of takes on the role that Raiden typically has as a mentor. Below Liu Kang, almost helping him. Kind of like Fujin was supposed to have in the 3D era, but then he didn't because they went back to Raiden instead. I think that could be interesting. In terms of his moveset, they would overhaul it a lot, I'm sure. I kind of like the stuff they gave him with the crossbow and the sword and stuff.
He was cool in MK11. Yeah, I do like watching him like play his gameplay and stuff.
He was
I can't
interesting,
imagine
yeah.
how they would change it, but I'm sure it'd be for the worst.
I think I'm shocked he didn't even make it into the base roster, not because of like fan demand, but more because of like how the plot was going in M1K. Mostly, I think the twist would have worked better if Fujin was there when like Titan Shang Tsung shows up with oh my gosh, the evil Raiden from his ending. Does that mean we're gonna also get the evil Fujin? No, it's Sindel and Geras. Oh, okay. I think that would have been much better impact if Fujin was also there. That would have been like, it's from that ending and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, great pick. I'm surprised none of us had it though. Dugga-dee, dugga-doo.
I mean, the least
Me?
they could have done, honestly, is put Fujin in as a cameo, and then he could have just been Raiden's cameo, and he's just there for the story. You just assume, when we kill Dark Raiden, we kill Dark Fujin too.
Maybe.
It's a fair assumption. Is it my turn?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm thinking, like we were saying earlier, they're not going to put this character in because weird body type. But if they could somehow, Moloch would be great. I want Moloch to come back. If they can't, make him a cameo. He's my cameo pick. And then instead we have
That's my
Draman.
cameo pick. I have both of them as my cameo pick right now.
No, I want Draman as a main character.
I see. Okay.
Yeah, why not? His stupid windmill
why not?
punch that launches the opponent, his uppercut.
The big meaty grippers on display.
I see. That's what your angle, Snake?
Meaty, because they use the same body for meats in Armageddon.
Yes, of course. So, who's your 4th character, Callum?
Yes, so my 4th, and I thought I'd be a little bit creative with this one, because I don't want him to have the title right away, so we can ease him into the timeline. But I would like to see Grey Cloud before he's Nightwolf, actually, in the timeline.
Oh, okay.
So maybe have him work on get a teeny bit of Black Dragon representation before he obtains the mantle and earns that responsibility. But I think it would be an interesting way of showing his growth, kind of like injecting him in just at that little middle point before the next game, so you can add and build off what's already there. It's like sets the groundwork and foundation for it.
Very smart.
I know where the story goes. Is that the Great Spirit appears in the form of the Spirit Wolf, and then throughout the game, Nightwolf does not have the facial markings. But then the Great Spirit jumps into him, like in Defenders of the Realm, like with
Defenders of the Realm.
and then he gets the face paint, and he's like, "I am the Night Wolf," and that's like the last scene with him.
That can be his arcade ladder ending.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there you go.
I'm convinced they're going to go with the female one, female Nightwolf, just because they really
They
harped
set
on
it
that
up.
idea last time. And then with this game being like gender swap, gender swap, gender swap, gender swap, I think they're really going to go for that with Nightwolf.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm worried that now that they've seen the backlash from that, they may, if that was their plan, they may go back on it. It's like, oh shit, that didn't work. People didn't like that. Fuck.
Nightwolf
Course
is one of the
correct.
gender swaps that I'm completely fine with because it's a mantle. So it's like
Yeah.
this is a character
true.
taking up the mantle.
To be fair, the mantle thing was only introduced in 11 when they were setting up the gender swap, as if they came up with the idea to justify a gender swap.
Yeah.
It's fine. Yeah,
Um,
I mean, I'm okay. I'm more okay if they set it up a bit longer.
Could you imagine how dumb it would be? I just got a terrible idea. I like to pretend like, how could NetherRealm ruin this? Imagine if the new timeline version of Nightwolf is that during the day he's Grey Wolf, but then at night he just turns into Nightwolf, like a werewolf power, like it takes over when like the sun goes down and he becomes the warrior version.
Like half of his endings in the
gargoyles.
series are having become a wolf man. It's so strange.
I love you make it sound like he's morphing out. Just
Yeah,
into his
he's morphing
like
out,
form.
exactly. Like Snake said, not a real werewolf. He just gets the face paint. And maybe he gets buffer, like how He-Man becomes like, Adam to He-Man.
Don't look
Looks
at me,
like,
I'm too buff.
Cat wolf.
Don't look at my swole abs.
When Captain America,
No,
when
stop.
Captain America's a wolf man.
Shirt tears. Like normally he
yeah.
wears the vest and a shirt underneath, but when he transforms to Nightwolf, he just gets so buff that only the vest survives. The shirt gets ripped open. He's like, I am Nightwolf.
What I was gonna add is that like I think Caleb's like story really would fit with the early parts of like M1K's story because every character is getting their little origins, Kunlal's
Well,
hat, Raiden's amulet, and stuff like that. So
it-
how Grey Wolf turns into Nightwolf and
I think it will
whatnot.
fit in a sequel because obviously they're going to be bringing back Sonya, Jax, and Kano in the next game. So it makes sense like as a thing in the early plot for that. Where, well, here's one of the Black Dragon who's fighting with Kano. It's Grey Cloud, and then he has his little redemption story during the story. Basically, take what was in his MK11 ending, but put it in the narrative here. And then maybe he joins up with the Special Forces and is like, I will work with the Special Forces on the condition that you help me convince the U.S. government to secede land back to the natives. And someone's like, yes, I will do that, Nightwolf. That is a very woke thing to do. We will do this. I don't mean that as
That's
I
okay.
don't mean like as a derogatory term. I just mean like that's a very liberal, I guess.
It's a good thing to do. Yeah, let's just say
Yeah,
good.
it seemed like the kind of thing the NetherRealm team would go, yes, this is what good guys would do.
There you go.
Let's write that in.
Yes. Yeah. So that's the fourth character. I have 4 characters
Yes.
picked, so I'm gonna skip this turn. So Stink, you got your 4th character.
I already gave my 4th.
All right, then Doggo do you have your 4th character?
Stop calling me Doggo Doo.
Doggo,
What?
doggo,
Cute
do,
nick-
looking
cute
for you. Doggo, doggo, do, where are you?
I can't do the Scooby voice. One of the few voices I can't do.
Well, that's impressive.
Raggy, where are my vesticles? But yeah, I would say Scarlet would be pretty cool.
Okay, interesting.
Bring back Scarlet, and maybe to make her. There's some ways you could make her different from Nitara. Like maybe you could make her just straight up blood, like she was in the MK9, so she's not even a humanoid anymore.
I think
You could even do
More
a
blood
clever
puddle
reason
stuff?
why she looks that way. Like
I
maybe
think
she's
she'll-
copying someone else. Like
I
she's
reckon
normally
she'll
just like a
be
blood
made-
homunculus, but she copies someone else's face or
I
something.
reckon she'll be made by Nitara to be her agent in the realms while Nitara stays in
Oh.
That'd be cool. To try and like,
Yeah, she's like
get,
that Power
get
Rangers
food
agent,
for
yeah.
them. Which is really funny because they think, oh, we're low on blood, we need food, or we need to get blood from other realms. I'm going to take a bunch of blood and make a living person out of it. And it's like, you could have just drank it.
Hey, investment, Snake, investment.
I mean,
She can help
if
out.
they go back to non-canon endings, that'll be Scarlet's ending. Tara drinks her, and then Scarlet takes over her body.
Cool.
That
Toxic
actually works.
Yuri.
It's pretty cool.
Good idea.
I actually always like the lore of Scarlet being like a created creature. Like that's always really cool
Yeah.
in my opinion. So
I
I
think
like to bring
it's
back.
her best one, if I'm honest. I'm not keen on the MK11 one.
Yeah, there's only 1 or 2. Yeah, basically. Like orphan. Okay. Mr. History number 5.
Number 5. So, I've decided to go with a guest character this time.
Ooh,
around.
first guest
So,
character. First case
I
scenario.
won't take anyone else's suggestions, luckily. So that's good.
I'm
But this
very
is-
curious if we're gonna have anyone on, like have a
That'd be
same guest
pretty
character
cool.
hero.
I think there's one here that's quite popular. That would
Doomslayer.
probably. There you go.
That was it. No, oh.
That was one, but that wasn't the one I was going to talk about. To be fair.
Okay.
Considering I would love to see him, one, back in the role, and two, we've had his co-star as Homelander. I would like to see Carl Urban as Judge Dredd again.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a cool one.
Totally down.
I'd be super, super into it. Like, the fatalities, you could inject them with that serum and shoot them and kill them slowly. It could go in, like, slow-mo as well. Everything done in, like, real time to them, but very quick for us. It'd be super neat. And, you know, it's one of those projects which I'm like, I feel everyone loved, but it never quite found success until it was way too late. So it'd be just a genuinely really cool inclusion. Plus, it'd be fun to give him the ability to maybe reenact the Sylvester Stallone line of "I am the law." So, give him some options.
Also, you can
Sweet.
recycle a bunch of moves from RoboCop. So that's a very good thing to add.
Ah, yes, saving budget. Absolutely.
Oh, dude, that'd be so cool. You get wasn't there? You could maybe do kind of the Atom stuff. You know how he had like different vials he could drop that had different. So the vials would have like meter drain abilities or whatever and such and such. Basically, maybe you could have it with the gun. Incendiary bullets does extra chip damage, kind of like Deadshot as well. So different rounds do different bullets and drain different abilities.
You could make him so complex because the easiest thing to do is just have it go like he's just got his gun and then you like back forward 2 incendiary rounds, and that's all it is. The other option is you press something to make him actually switch to a different ammo type. So then all of his moves then have that different ammo type. So now all of his moves have incendiary, all of them have high X. Or you take it even further, like in the Dread vs. Death game, different ammo types take different amounts of ammo. So you make him like Naruto in Persona 4 Arena, where you have so many shots, but then you can reload, but you have to wait. Like normal shots, you can get like, I don't know, 10 shots for you to reload. High X, you get like 3. And so then you're like, oh no, I have to quick reload to use my gun. So it's like keeping away from the enemy while reloading.
Magazine management is gonna be like something you have to think of when playing the character.
Just insane degrees of complexity for no reason.
But yeah, that is my was it my fifth pick?
Fifth, right?
Fifth, yeah.
Finally, no one has said this fifth pick character, so now I get to talk about one character. I'm surprised no one brought this one up. This character is more, in my opinion, the idea than like what they do with him gameplay. I feel like gameplay you can go crazy with him, but like I just feel like this is one of those characters people cannot shut up about, and they really need to bring back in a way. Onaga.
Yeah.
Why not bring him back as a playable character then? Like that would be cool. Like so much potential with like a Dragon Man. Like I don't even think I need to like bring up examples, but like I just feel like he never really has like he has signature moves, but I mean he never really gets like too many like. I'm thinking of like when they brought back like Havoc and Natara. Like okay, hate the characters, but in a modern light, I think their moveset is pretty cool. Like I would like to see something done with like Onaga in terms of like that, like refreshness and whatnot.
Yeah. Fair.
Oh, I'd super be down for that. I mean, it's been so long since we've had one Onaga in the game and two him be playable, so I would really be down to see that. I think it'd be pretty neat.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Enough said. People just want this.
Enough said.
All right,
I mean,
Snake
everybody
number
wants it.
5.
Might as well put him in. I mean, I would save him for the sequel, but we're probably not going to get, like we joked about, might not get a sequel in this new timeline. So might as well bring him out while you can.
I mean, the one way you could do it is that you bring it back in the sequel and you make it that he has a host that he's possessing, similar to Reptile, but he doesn't just morph right into Onaga. He's got a lizard form, and then later morphs into the final form that is the boss form. But you get the playable version who's like small. He's got similar stuff. Maybe you draw inspiration on Tiamat, that scrapped character that became Deadly Light's Reptile. And so that's how you do Onaga. So you can still have him playable while not like ruining what makes people like Onaga. Well, that could be the boss form. then you don't have to worry about anything really. You can just make him whatever. For
Number 5.
yeah, my 5th character is similar to Fujin. Is just because I want to see what they would do with her, Cetrion. Because I think
Okay.
I think she has a neat idea with the different elements, and I would want to see what they mean. She could be Raiden's sister, she could be something completely different. Maybe she's a lesser goddess of Outworld or something. There are so many ways you could approach it. Maybe she's maybe because she fought for Kronika to try and maintain this weird order, this balance, this order, that she's the guardian of Order Realm, and now that leads to her corruption because of what happened to Order Realm. So she becomes evil because of that. And Liu Kang is like approaches her and is like, I gave you this position in my timeline because I knew there was good in you. It's just you were corrupted by Kronika. Don't let yourself fall in this timeline too.
Yeah, it's not your fault. You've been corrupted.
That sounds cool. I had another video I made like a long time ago predicting the plot of MK12, and one of the things I wanted to do was make a roster for each realm. In Order Realm, I put like Cetrion and Ashura in it too, because I feel like they really fit the idea of like doing the right thing, virtuous, but also maybe going a little too much in the right idea, if that makes any sense. I also put like Kronika on that list too, but yeah, I think I like the idea of Cetrion being like someone from Order Realm.
Associating Asher with Order Realm is actually a really good idea for what they could do next, where I could see her, she's like, I'm on my quest for redemption. I'm going to go to Order Realm where all this bad shit's happened, and I'm going to help the people there. I'm going to purify my soul through charity, not just through killing demons. I'm going to do charity! And so she's helping people who've lost their homes, defending them from people who try to take advantage of them. And that also gives you a good excuse where if you're going to do a story that doesn't require Order Realm, she's not going to be in it, you can just leave her out, it's fine. She's off doing her thing here, as opposed to, well, she's with the Shaolin currently, so she has to show up every time they get involved. For example, at the end of Chaos Reigns, she's just there with Reptile, just because she needs to be there, I guess.
That's pretty funny.
I've got 2 guest character ideas, because I wanted to do,
Ooh. Guest characters.
So Pennywise is one that I wanted to see, and I was like, Pennywise would be pretty cool, I know it's cliche.
Yeah, actually,
it'd be pretty good.
there's a lot of potential.
And then Doom Guy.
Oh yeah, Doom Guy too. I see.
These are just the fan favorites. These are the people pleasers, I feel like they do well. Even though I don't like Gun Guy, like only Gun Guy, but they could probably mix it up. I give him the chainsaw when he runs in, I mean, and then in the sequel, we had that cool little wrist blade thing, right? So
yeah, and they're adding more stuff with the Dark Ages too. But to be fair, it's not like it's not like if you put Doomslayer in MK11 where there were like 5 other gunmans. Right now we have like really it's just Striker,
Peacemaker.
As a cameo, I think. Yeah, Peacemaker and then Striker as a cameo. So I think it'd be fine to put in 1 or 2 in this game. No, there's room for Dread and Doomslayer.
Yeah. Yes.
yes. So
Any more opinions about Doom Guy, Callum? Because I remember you had on your list.
Honestly, I think it's kind of already been talked about. I mean, he's just a fan favorite pick. He really fits into MK aesthetic very, very well. He has a plethora of really fun tools. I mean, hell, you could even tie in the chainsaw into his strings, have his fatal blow be the BFG, the icing on the cake. But yeah, he just has like a plethora of different tools. And he could also have like self buffs as well. Like you know how like Shang's stance switches? You can do like the L2 for faster mobility, more damage, but like there's a cooldown to it as well. Maybe it can only be used once per round, kind of like Noob Saibot's install. So there's a lot of like different mechanical game pieces they can mess about with, and plus like Snake said, with Dark Ages coming out, you could have that really sick fucking shield actually play a part in his moveset.
Cool.
And then I think for a cameo, I want Meat. Because I'm still sad that we didn't get Meat as a cameo, because I really thought that Ed Boon teased that. And I'm still not over it. I'll never be over it.
He's sad because Ed Boon made it seem like Meat, like, what was the question? Like, Meat is going to be in the game or something like that? Like the way he phrases it?
So it was like the true or false, right? But one of the options was Meat is a top tier cameo or something like that. And I was like, oh, that means he's a cameo. Just the question is if he's top tier or not. So yeah,
He hasn't
or
recovered
it said
from that
meet
yet.
his top tier. Maybe it was like the thing. Anyway, it implied that he was in the game, but the question was, is he top tier or not? And it's like, oh, he's in the game, but no, it's just the whole thing was a joke. The whole thing, we were the joke. We were the joke all along.
The real question is, Dog, do you want him as Skelly Bro, or do you want him as Meat Man?
Oh, I mean, yeah, I mean they'd both be good, honestly. I've always kind of wanted them to do Meat Man, but then really lean hard into the horror aspect. So one of my ideas was that he has like one hand is normal, but the other arm is missing the hand. It's just like his bones sticking out, and it's like he stabs with it and stuff.
Yeah, or
you know?
just take cues from Havoc, where he can like break his bones and stab people and stuff like that.
True.
Yeah.
Or
true.
throw his hand. He throws his hand, and his hand like crawls up people.
Yeah, because
Huh.
so far Havoc outside of the invasions mode does not throw his head at you, which means that Meat can still have the head bowl
Ooh.
because that was like one of his iconic
classic.
moves. And you could also, if he's a cameo, you could give him that really goofy, over-the-top, like, body slam move that he did where he picks you up and goes, oh, and just, like, drops you down. That's all he does. But make it, like, super long and drawn out, just like in the 3D era. Just, oh, oh. And it's all dramatic. Yeah, I'd love that.
That's a cameo fighter, right? Just making sure.
It would work for both, but I think his cameo would be funnier. It's just super long and drawn out. Just picks you up and holds you there for a solid second, then drops you. I can't recall if he banes you and like knee breaks you. Maybe he does.
Yeah,
and
he
goes,
bane.
"Oh."
He bane.
He does. He does bane.
He banes
Okay,
you,
nice.
effectively.
Even better. Well, in that case, I want him to turn you towards the camera too to bane you, like whoop, whoop.
Oh,
In
good
front of
callback to
everybody.
Injustice 1.
Yes.
Good times.
Well, I guess I can say my final character. Mine is the only guest character that I've got on this list. Dante from Devil May Cry.
Bro, that's never gonna happen.
Nice. That's definitely. A
Yeah,
dream
that's
world.
my
That
dream
is-
list. Okay.
I love to.
Look, like a lot of characters that I'm trying to think that would be cool to see. I do think like Dante. He's already like a guy with like a lot of flashy combos and shit. What I'm actually more interested in is like seeing how NetherRealm would depict Dante, because okay, if we want a really good depiction of fighting game Dante, Marvel's Capcom. So like, so yeah, that's one thing I'd be interested in seeing. And also his series is very violent, so I feel like we can pull some pretty cool fatalities and stuff.
I do worry that NetherRealm would just make him go hardcore, super like sadistic for no reason.
Oh, like
It might.
DMC Dante?
Yeah, like where like enjoys cutting people up, which is not in his character at all. See, I'll love to see. It's not on my list, but I'd love to see Leon from Resi 4, and then one of his fatalities is just straight.
Oh!
One of his fatalities is straight up. Dr. Salvador comes out with a chainsaw. Leon parries it, and Dr. Salvador stumbles into the opponent and just decapitates him.
That'd be pretty.
And then Leon will say a very funny pun.
Or maybe just make a really obscure joke about the fact that his voice actor is clearly Canadian because he says sorry.
Sorry.
And then he runs off.
Have you said your sixth character, Snake?
No, I mean I think Doomslayer is obviously a great pick. That if I was going to put a guest on, that would be the top of my list. But my last character is really just more of like more for like a small lore implication. Dairu. And just retcon that entire
Dairu?
Just retcon that entire Havoc is Dairu thing out of canon. That's not real. This is Dairu. That's an alias or something he put on to frame the real Dairu. The real Dairu is just still alive, and we're trying to do some cool stuff with him. We'll be like maybe playing to him being maybe the Saiyan guard at first, then in the sequel he leaves that. And so his thing now is like he's hunting down. Maybe he's been hired by Hotaru to hunt down the people responsible. And so it creates this weird, it creates this inversion where instead of being hired by Darius to oppose the regime, he's being hired by the regime to find out who flooded our city and killed all our people. And so he's hunting down Darius and Havoc.
I love how you're willing to give up a spot just to fix Havoc's character slightly.
And it turns out
That's how you
that
gotta do
Havoc's stupid haircut was entirely designed to slander Dairu.
Okay.
And Dairu's like, look at my hair. It's like bald at the front. I don't have hair like that. What are you doing? And he's like, but everyone thinks you do now. And just make Havoc like the pettiest little bitch ever.
It's all an elaborate plan for Havoc to ruin Dairo's reputation.
Yeah, this one guy just really has it in
Indeed.
for him for no reason. You bullied me in high school, Dairu.
Oh man, knock the
You
books
think
out of
that-
Havoc's hands.
You think as Quan got like Havoc's lines, he was like, "Yo, you want to try out this outworld hair transplant thing?" And it's like, "This is my moment."
I do like the idea of
Origins.
Dairu knocking the books out of Havoc's hands and calling him a dweeb.
He just knocks out, "You fucking nerd."
Shoves him in a locker and he goes, "Stage fatality." Ooh.
Although this makes way more sense to do it to Hotaro because he's like the big order guy. So you knock the books out of his hands. He's like, "No, those were alphabetized. Damn it!"
Alphabetized.
No,
My bookmark fell
Hotaru's
out.
the hall monitor. Get back to class, you jock assholes.
You're now continuing the continuity of the dating sim universe now. There.
Oh, I thought you were going to say MK Ultra Girls.
Hotaru blushing, saying, "Maybe I'll let you skip class
Off
every once in a
off
while."
the hook this time. Okay, so Callum, just FYI, like I think Troner Dog was the one who started this like dating sim universe, where basically
Yeah.
it's like characters that you could like pretend Mortal Kombat is like a dating sim, and like he even commissioned like artworks of like like the S roots and all that kind of stuff, like between the characters and stuff. It's pretty cute.
We've got Reptile,
The first
Chameleon,
one.
Sindel.
Yeah, the
Yes,
first one was
teacher room.
involuntary, which made it like I didn't even say to do it. It just showed up. I was like, yes.
Oh, holy shit!
Yeah, you have to find those
no,
pictures
oh.
for him later because those are some good arts.
I'm trying to. I'm on it. I'm on it, coach.
Gonna curse me.
But next up we have the cameo fighters. So who are your crazy picks, Callum?
So, should I go through all of them now, or one by one? Again?
Yeah, you know what? I don't think I feel like we've been chatting for a while. I mean, it's almost 4 hours, so I think why not?
All right. First one right off the top, considering that he'd be a fun meme. Zebron. Everyone keeps talking about him. Fuck it, why not? Do
Let's
it.
go.
Like, make it real. One that I
yeah.
think would be really cool to do, and he has made an appearance, would actually be Dagon. Dagon would be pretty cool.
Okay.
But I was thinking in
Yeah.
terms of cameo and stuff, instead of it just being Dagon, he could call in like the rest of his pantheon and stuff. So he could call in Orange, maybe fire down a projectile from the sky, like flame carpet damage. Call in
I see what you
Blaze to
mean.
throw like a magma boulder. Maybe that leaves a flame trail as well. And maybe even Taven. I mean, it's cameo that's not strictly narratively tied. It'd be pretty cool just to see them be back in the game in some way.
True.
Funny enough, I did actually have Cetrion, mostly because the limits of my existence of wanting to hear anything about that character has been ruined from MK11 as a commentator, because Cetrion mirrors are literally rock boulder across the floor, bounce, 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 flawless block, and I had that for 3 years, and I'm like, that's probably the furthest I need to see.
Do you
of
have
her.
like PTSD with like cameo tremor then because of that?
No way near as bad because I haven't played against many tremors, so
Okay.
we're
Okay.
out of that. Is that? Do I have one more pick, or is it two?
Did you have Dagon and Taven as one just then?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
So,
that was-
it'll be 1, 2, 3. Right, so it'll be 2 more left, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So you know what? Just because she's had some foreshadowing and she kind of is around the Vora.
Oh yeah.
Ooh,
Bring her
one of us
back.
put it in.
But make her
One
a
of us
good
did.
guy.
As
She's a humble
cameo.
bee farmer from Earthrealm.
And since we're on the stinky topic of bees, I actually have Draman here.
Oh yeah.
Hey, you got Drummond too.
Oh yeah, but yeah, no, those are
just call
my
bees?
cameo picks. Bees.
Nice.
You just call bees stinky? Oh man, all bees are on blast right now. They're not gonna let that
I've
go.
also seen this artwork, and it is both fantastic and horrid. Why do I like it?
Which one? Is it Shiva or the chameleon?
Both. I do like the chameleon one, though. It's very good.
I like that she's holding a Sobe drink because I brought up how I miss the Sobe drinks and they've been discontinued since like 2006 or some shit, and I'm like, no.
There's a whole
Not
like
the
lore book.
Sobi.
Actually, didn't that guy draw like 3 Shiva roots artworks, if I'm not mistaken?
He did a second reptile one, but it's on my other computer. It's on my OneDrive, but I disconnected my OneDrive, so I can't get it.
That Sindel one's good.
Well, because I joked that Sindel would be the toughest one to actually get, because she'd be like getting over her, her dead husband.
My
And she's a queen.
widow
Rebound.
principal can't possibly be this hot.
Okay, I actually have what is it called? Some of the other fan arts too. I can share it here. Give me a second.
Oh my gosh, everyone has my fan arts.
So you had like one more, I think. One
Oh,
more
there's some
cameo?
later
Yeah,
one.
that's
Yeah,
Okay, instead of McDonald's. Yeah.
here's like the Shiva like S root basically.
Yep, you get the full romance. He also gave me a funny Easter egg one for no reason that he didn't expect payment for, but I still paid him because I thought it was funny.
The Kazuya one. I was gonna try to find that one.
Like, where the fuck am I? He says that
Yeah, the
in a
secret
video,
room.
like, what the fuck happened?
So for my like cameo fighter, I put Chronica here because she's already got the model in the game. But I'm thinking of more of like a weaker, like not an immortal version of Chronica. So like, I don't know, she could still maybe have some like sand powers or maybe some time manipulation, but like not as heavily and impressive as she was when she was a Titan. Then I've got obscure character Asgarth here. He's been teased like once in the intro dialogues. I feel like that could work as like a fun flying type like cameo or something. What was that? What's that little creature that Quan Chi has called again?
Oh God. Oh, I forgot the name. Isn't it like
I know it's got a cute
Tibbles
name,
or
but I forgot what it's
Gibbles?
called.
It's something like Tibbles or Gibbles. It's something very adorable, and I hate it.
Yeah. Quan Chi.
Oh.
But anyways, if I can think about that later. But I'm just saying, like, not completely like that, but something along the lines of like air support or something.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe, or maybe like Eagly, like yeah, from Peacemaker. Well, the Eagly's more like a projectile, but I meant more like an air support type, like cameo
Mhm.
fighter. Then I've got Chameleon, and I got, how can I not? The male version, so it's spelled with a C, and he'll literally do like what Chameleon could do, but the male
Better.
ninjas,
With a penis.
or more of the obscure ones. I don't know, something funny there. I then have Drummond and Moloch, which we've already discussed a couple of times. My final character, Kazuya Mishima. I think it'd be kind of cool. I think he fits with, and he's a cameo fighter, so he can't die. So that way, if they're any worried about like killing off like guest characters, nope, he gets to do some sort of fatality on the other characters. Like, why not? You do some sort of like, you turn to like a devil and like grab the head and like slam them to the ground or something. You do one of those
That'd be pretty neat.
very powerful moves that only slightly damages Heihachi and Jin, but it would just kill the Mortal Kombat character.
Yeah.
So that's my cameo list.
Nice.
So for mine, I want each one to represent a different era or facet of the MK franchise. So first, to represent the arcade era, we have either God Raiden or Mortal Liu Kang, because then it's a more classic version of them, allows you to get like the bicycle kick in there, for example, and it'd just be nice to see the Mortal Liu Kang again, or God Raiden, since we already have his voice, and it's only used for a whole voice for fights that they gave him just for 2 fights in the story, one in the base game, one in the expansion. So it'd be nice to do a bit more with Travis Willingham's performance. Then for 3D era, it's Smoke, because 3D era Smoke is never coming back. The way his body works, it's the smoky form. Unless he just morphs back into like normal flesh and blood when he's defeated, he's never gonna come back. So make it a cameo, so we don't have to worry about him being torn apart and whatnot. And I think, and what I'd do for his fatality is I would make it his, in MKX, the Lin Kuei faction kill, where he just shows up and just slices your head off,
yeah.
like equating cameos to that. So that's his fatality. Then for the NetherRealm era, it's Chronica, because they already have the model, and we have the fatality. It'd be cool to have access to the fatality. Yeah, I think it could be fun. I picture her being inherently top tier. She'd be a very popular pick. Maybe even to throw on Cyrax, because she can just freeze people in time without having to fire projectile and stuff.
Oh, you think of the meta here too.
So maybe she puts down like runes. If you step on it, you get frozen. Does Geras do that? Anyway.
He does have sand traps with the hourglass.
And then for M1K, it's Madame Bo, popular
Oh
pick.
yeah, I forgot about her. Oh, that's a great choice.
I mean, to be fair, Neverland forgot about her. She should have been at the wedding too.
Oh my gosh, that's kind of well. I mean, does she care about the Shirarayu really? I mean, she cares more about like the Shaolin.
Well, she's former Lin Kuei, so she probably so she knows Kuai Liang.
Good point. Good point.
You could have positioned her as like almost like she kind of became a bit of a mother figure after the father died or something, just for a short time before she moved. I don't know. You could do something interesting with her. And then the last one is an adaptation character. So the first option here is, of course,
Cole.
Yes, my boy. My boy Cole.
I was gonna at least say
getting in there.
Oh
for
my
the next
gosh,
movie.
you're not even joking. You know what? Fine. Put him as a cameo fighter.
Yeah, he jumps in and then he builds his gauge by getting pummeled, and then he can like go full armored form and do some of the cool shit they put in the concept art. And you get Louis Tannin to do to provide his dashingly handsome visage for the character. It'd be a good time for all. And then the other option is Hydro.
Artlene. Oh, Hydro.
Artlene would be great. I'm gonna add that.
Well, Artlene doesn't really have anything to him really. Like if you're just gonna have like just a guy who fights people, I'd rather have Bo, the Liu Kang's bodyguard that Johnny Cage hires in the Malibu comics. Just this big, he's a big black dude who just fights in the Outworld tournament eventually. It's pretty based. But I think Hydro would be a good fit because I still say Hydro should have been the one who was female instead of Sector and Cyrax. But I think introducing Hydro as a cameo could be a good way to test the water. To test the water.
Oh no.
For Hydro and see how people respond to him because Rain is a mage now, he can be the assassin type, basically take a lot of animations from Rain in MK11, and you could just see what people think because they've already teased Hydro. Keep in mind the tower consumables in MK11. Hydro was the only character not from the games to get one. Every other one was from the games. There was no Artlene, there was no Cole Young, it was just Hydro. Why? They must have been considering the idea of putting him in the games.
We have our finale, Ooga Dog. Are you ready?
Yeah, I think so. I think putting Serena's sisters in would be pretty cool. I haven't played mythologies myself, so I'm not sure what each of them does for their boss fights, but you could find a way to incorporate that gameplay if there's anything there. If not, then they're blank slates and you can do whatever you want to with them. Huh?
What they do in Cage Match.
Do they do much of anything in Cage Match?
No, they fought, like they.
I suppose they did.
Jitaka has like a wardrobe.
I don't recall anything in particular they did that was unique, but if they did, I'd put that in too. Be pretty cool if one of them could turn your main character into like a demon form, like you just like catch on fire or turn red, maybe like demonic looking, and you get like buffed. Kind of cool, like buffed your damage or something. Oh, maybe have it be a fun catch-22 where like you get a damage buff, but you take more damage. Be kind of cool. Like a deal with the devil.
Farah have that
deal
with
the devil
only for Mita.
Well, in Farah, Farah stabs you in the back, take a tiny bit of damage. But I meant like if you get hit by the opponent in that form, you take double damage.
Oh yeah.
But you deal more damage too. It's like, and you could even call the move like in the cameo list. You could call it deal with the devil. Could be cool. Huge damage buff, but huge weakness. I think putting Blaze in there could be fun for a cameo. I was gonna put Onaga originally, but imagine the backlash if Onaga was there, but this is a cameo. Like, I'd be destroyed. So no Onaga as the cameo. Instead, Blaze. And if he's too big-bodied for some reason, just do the human Blaze that we see in Deadly Alliance. That could be cool. Like the smaller one. And I already said Moloch and Meat, right?
Yes.
So, and like Snake pointed out, Art's a fun idea, but he can't really do anything unique. Like, what's he gonna do? Nothing. So you're better off doing anybody else besides Art.
He'd be a good Tekken character.
Dark Khan.
Dark Khan.
Don't say his name. You summoned him. Oh no! Just shows up.
So good.
I was gonna say
So
Cabal,
funny.
but sure, Dark Khan.
That would be
Let's
so.
go.
Imagine.
We
Oh,
got
you
some
were
bold
gonna say
ideas.
Cabal. I see.
Imagine M1K is like, we're going to do an MK versus DCU costume pack. So it's like, well, here's MK versus DCU Scorpion and Sub-Zero and Raiden and Dark Khan for General Shell. But you can't call him Dark Khan anymore because he's not Khan, so it'd be like Dark Shao.
Dark
Wait,
Shao.
No, we would have Dark Shao. Fuck.
Well, they're not
Uh,
canon. That's the cool thing about the cameos. They're
Shellside?
not canon, so he can be anything.
Shao side.
Show side.
Shao side, general side,
that's what all
side
the-
general.
That's what all the alternate palettes would be. You have Dark Khan, Shao, like, all the different combinations
Yeah.
you could come up with.
The name that we can
Dark
make.
Shao,
General
Shao side.
side.
Oh my gosh, could you imagine if one of the abilities for the Serena sisters cameo is it like it costs all 3 of your bars, but if you die in like within like the 10 seconds of doing the move to sacrifice all your meter, you like respawn with like tiny bit of health as the demon character. Like you just look like Serena. Serena's demon form, no matter who you are. You got a whole new moveset, but it's like it's crappy.
Oh.
It would be like the bug form with Devora or like the T1000
Terminator.
form. You know?
Hellboy from Injustice 2, actually. It sounds like if you put on that certain hex and he dies, he comes back for more health.
Oh, he does. You're right. He has to die with the hex
Yeah.
on. Yeah.
Cool,
That'd be
cool.
cool. But those are my ideas. I had another quick bathroom break because I keep drinking way too much coffee.
Well, wait,
But I'll
we
be
can
right
just
back.
end the episode, dog.
Oh, okay. No, I'll just pee my pants. Go ahead, Sonic. It's fine.
Yeah,
an
so it's
emergency
been
or
very
anything.
nice to have you on our channel, History Behind the Warrior. Where can the people find you?
Well, thank you guys for having me on. I've known you guys for a very long time, so it's been very lovely to be here. I'm going to prolong this as much as possible, so it makes it harder for him to want to pee. But if you want to find me on my socials, you can find me on YouTube at History Behind the Warrior for all things lore and narrative related. You can find me on Instagram at HBT Warrior and find me on Twitter at HB The Warrior, because some absolute wanker took that name. Thanks again, guys.
Woo! Awesome. Thanks for coming up again.
It's like fall backward.
Thanks, guys.
You know, the funny thing is actually, dog, I need to use the bathroom too. So, oh wait, actually,
Yeah.
before we put your list here, so I can, we can, for the fans, you know, this is the 4 of our list. You know, if everyone want to rank it.
I don't recall what I said. Oh.
I already deleted it. Fuck. Oh, God. Who did that?
You fools! Think of the editors. Jeez.
All right.
And he's gone. It's nice seeing you guys. Bye.
All right, let me quickly hit toilet break as well. I'll
Oh,
quickly
God.
run back afterwards.
All of us. I need to go too. Fuck. Oh. Crazy. I hope this part makes it into the episode so I look like an absolute insane person.